Hey, crypto pirates, welcome to your Discourse Syndicate, your FN Hangout. Friday nights, your night. Get in here, come hang. The link is in the chat room. All are welcome. Fudders, lovers, haters, you name it. I'll throw it in there one more time for you guys. There it is. How in the hell are you guys doing today? Look at that. I think it's time to buy the dip, guys. It is definitely dip time. So if you've got your dry powder, it looks like it's dip time. It may be going lower. Who knows? Maybe going higher. What do you do? What do you do right now? We know what's coming. I don't know if Richard is going to grace us this evening or tomorrow or over the weekend or what. Time's up, right? Time's up. Isn't that what's going on? So we should be hearing something. Maybe he'll announce something in the chat room over on the. I'll be monitoring the Pulse Chain chat room to see if there's anything going on. Maybe he's just getting a long needed rest right now. So anyway, say hello to everybody. I heard Richard say he was coming on to Discourse Syndicate tonight. Get in there. Oh, maybe somebody heard that he was coming. I know that somebody tweeted it out, so I don't know what's happening. I don't know. He has all the information he needs to come join us. So we will see. We will see. But what's up, Molly? What's up, everybody? David Feeder, Maddie Crypto, the King is in. Got a whole room full of people. But first, we've got a guest that wanted to come join us this evening on the FN Hangout. We've been talking to her for a little bit about coming on, and for those of you who don't know, I think it's all pronounced Bree Fitdance. She's the crypto gal that does all the PSAs and whatnot, and does her dance moves. And so we're going to bring her up for a minute, talk to her for a moment, and then let everybody come in and hang out. And hopefully we're not too intimidating. We'll be nice, Bree. We'll be nice. So let's have her up. Everybody, welcome Bree Fitdance. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. We've been admirers of your work for a long time now.
Thank you so much.
How are things going out there for you?
Pretty good. Keeping busy. But yeah, I'm awesome. I'm grateful that I'm here and joining you guys. And I'm just going long Bitcoin. I'm just holding on to it. And we just gotta stay pumped and optimistic about it. We can't be panicking. If you experience these lows, you're not going to experience the highs, the gains.
So let me ask you, Bree, before I get into your personally and you, let's talk crypto a little bit since you laid it out there. How long have you been investing in Bitcoin or been in the cryptocurrency space as far as an investor goes?
I think since 2019, I believe. And okay. I started listening to podcasts and just learning about it, just watching videos about it, and started talking about it and singing about it. And
so you just found crypto on your own, or did somebody introduce you to it, or what?
Yeah. Adam Meister and Craig Shipp. They're both really knowledgeable about it, and they really convinced me to buy and hold and not to trade and play with Bitcoin. Nice.
Well, at least you've got that right. We're a holding community here, and we agree with you that the long game is the crypto game and not the short game, and that trading is
you gotta
dangerous.
Have a strong hand.
Strong hands. We call them graphene hands now. You know what graphene is?
No.
Okay. Graphene is stronger than diamonds.
Whoa. Yeah.
And it's shaped like a hex. It's hexagon shaped.
Wow, that's cool.
I posted that up on Twitter tonight, so I was hoping everybody picked that up. But Anyway, so let's get back to you. So you found a couple of influencers on
Yep.
on YouTube, and you started watching, and then you just got yourself into Bitcoin that way. Nobody outside of YouTube or anything like that influenced you, no family members. You just did your own research and got in.
Basically, yep. And I started like getting interest on BlockFi, buying Bitcoin on blockchain, and then earning interest on BlockFi, and then started to research about the Bitcoin VIP members, as I call them, and just research what they've done, what they've contributed. And the first one, Michael Saylor, he bought like 450 million, I believe, like worth of Bitcoin, 38,250. That's like stuck in my head because I already, I have the lyrics, the lyrics in my mind like all the time.
Yeah, because you did a Michael Saylor video and song, right?
Yeah, that was my viral and first video.
So that was your first video. You just did that off out of nowhere, out of the top of your head. Nobody asked you to do it. You just.
Yeah, no. I started researching it more about it, and just decided to sing about it because I had like a rapping interest, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just rap about this, and dancing because I love dancing.
So you just did this Michael Saylor thing, and it went viral. Like how many did you do it on TikTok, or was it just
go viral? I didn't expect it to go viral at all. I thought it was just going to be like, oh, this girl dancing, like, comments here and there, likes, not that many likes, but no, it just went like over the top, and notifications just kept popping up on my phone.
Did you get some hate for it?
Hate? Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How did that go over? Did you like, whatever, if I'm not getting hate, I must not be doing something right, or how did it hit you?
I mean, I've gotten hate before, but I didn't get as much hate as much on the viral video, because more people, the more people watch, the more haters there are. So I just took it as a kind of like a be stronger girl kind of way, kind of mindset. So yeah, I mean, you just gotta grind it. You just gotta do what you have to do.
So after you did the viral video, so you're in Bitcoin, you decide to do this video, Michael Saylor, you throw it out there, goes viral. Everybody's like all over your jock, watching you, tweeting your stuff out. And did people start coming to you now after that, and like now they're like asking you to do productions for them, or did you just start doing all this other stuff on your own?
Oh, production. Oh, kind of like
people were asking you to do stuff for them.
They started to ask me to promote some altcoins and speak about them. And to tell you the truth, I did do them because they pay me in Bitcoin. And if they pay me in Bitcoin, I'll hold it. They're gonna play with the Bitcoin and just not have a strong hand and not hold it.
So you shield altcoins and they paid you in Bitcoin and you're holding your Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Atta girl. That's fucking cool.
It's a service, I think.
What's that?
I think it's like a service.
Yeah. No, you take that's cool. That's
cool.
Yeah.
Like I promote them, but I'm getting paid in Bitcoin, so it's a win-win.
Right. So you're doing the BlockFi thing. You're getting some interest on your Bitcoin. That's cool. So let me lay it on you real quick here about the Hex community, because what we do is we talk to people about Hex. So Hex is a coin just like Bitcoin, only it's more secure. It also is on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's well, it's not cheaper to transact right now, but it moves faster. And then we're about to fork ETH. So we're going to fork Ethereum, and we're going to have our own network, so our own chain. And the fees are going to be next to nothing. Speed is going to be faster. We're going to do all the things that Ethereum is wanting to do, but hasn't been able to do yet. So Richard Hart is going to, fork ETH, and we're going to have an amazing fast network. And on top of that, we're going to bring all of the system state, meaning all the other coins over on Ethereum. So all the ERC20 tokens, altcoins, and they're going to come over and be duplicated on this chain. So it's going to be exciting. And it's going to happen here in within the next month or so. We're going to see this thing launch. But before I get any deeper into that, what Hex is it's a coin that you can stake. So forget all that BlockFi stuff and giving somebody. See, what you do is you give up your Bitcoin to somebody else to hold so that you can get interest off of it. But Hex doesn't do that. What Hex does is it allows you to be custodian of your keys, and you can lock it up. You can time lock Hex. So depending upon how strong your hands are, if you want your hands to be strong for a year, you can stake it out for a year. You want 6 months, you can stake it out for 6 months. You can go all the way out to 5,555 days. So 15 years you can stake it. And the cool thing is, Bree, is that Hexicans, we call ourselves Hexicans, by the way. The Hexicans are making, we're doing 40% interest on our Hex right now. So we're killing it. I mean, we're killing it. 38 to 40% interest on our Hex. Whoa. So Hexicans staked out are just tearing up the gains. And maybe what
is unlimited. Right?
What's that?
Is it unlimited supply?
No. It's not an unlimited supply.
How much?
Yeah, so the supply in Hex is very dynamic because there is a large portion of the Hex, actually like over 90% of the Hex is locked up in the strongest of strong hands wallets that doesn't see circulation. It hasn't seen circulation from the beginning. So what it does is it kind of keeps the supply low and keeps a squeeze on it. And we've just been, going up since, today, let me take a look at the price real quick. So we started out at, of course, just Satoshis. And now Hex is sitting at, and we're dipping right now. We were all the way up to close to 7 cents. And now we're at, tonight's dip is at about 5.2 cents or 0.52 cents. So
pumps and dumps.
Hex is, well, it's not really a dump, but we're calling it a little dip because we're about to take off because of this pulse chain. Hex is getting ready to really moon. So you might want to get yourself a little bit of Hex after this stream. Maybe some people will even throw some at you. Usually what we do, our guests, Hexicans, we're very generous. And if you have a MetaMask wallet or an ERC20 wallet, you'll always see donations. The Hexicans, we love onboarding new people and showing them what Hex is doing. So we'll probably get you some Hex. Right now it's very valuable to everybody. So it's not, we used to give away Hex. This show, we actually gave away 5,555 Hex in one show. So let me just tell you how much that is. 5 million. I'm sorry, 5 million.
I was gonna say it's 5 million. Yeah.
5 million. 5,555,000. That puts it at, what's that? 10.0. Even with the dip, Bree. Even with the dip, that's $288,000. $288,000 we gave away on the show one day in one. So Hex has done exponentially well. So
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna. So you jumped on the stream.
I could do a video about it if you guys let me.
No, you're available. If you're available, shoot. We'll take you, Bree. We'll take your dance. We'll take your song. You've done it viral already. We'll make something for Hex. You know what? We've got a whole bunch of people that would probably love to get involved and help you out and put something together. So yeah, we'll get something going. So Friday nights is the Friday night hangout. So what I do is I open the stream up to everybody. Usually I'll do interviews on Mondays and Wednesdays, but on Friday nights the whole community comes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them come in and hang out with us and chat, and you can get to know some of the Hexicans. They're a good group of people. You'll dig them. So let me go ahead and bring them in.
Well, it's nice meeting you.
It was real nice meeting you too, Bree. But just hang out with us and
Sure.
listen to what we got to say, because I think you're going to dig this. And
yes, I want to learn more about it.
Yeah. So this is our Cutthroat. This is my partner in crime here. There's two of them. There's DC Crypto and there's KNTX, and this is KNTX. This is Matty Allen. He's our
how's it going?
He's putting together the Las Vegas trip that we're getting ready to do as far as a community. We're all doing a big meetup in Vegas here in the next few weeks. This here is Timothy Benjamin. He is one of our OG Hexicans, one of the first streamers in Hex. And then, of course, this guy here, the producer. He's coming in, right?
The producer.
The crypto king, we call him. He's our guy. He brought you on the train. And then what do we got here? Mangab, what's up, dude? Welcome.
Mangy B? Is that what you said? Mangy B?
Mangy B?
Manjab.
Manjab. That's what I said, Manjab.
Yep, exactly.
I got it right, Knuckles. So everybody, this is Bree Fit Dance of the infamous freaking Michael Saylor dance video. Come to hang with us tonight and learn a little bit about Hex. She is a Bitcoin holder, guys. She does altcoin videos and stacks bits. Freaking
classic.
That is awesome.
Stacking sats. Well, I hope it's bits.
Right on, Bree. Thank you for joining us. We welcome you. We love to see a video. Maybe we could get you to work with maybe Freddie Quotes and Corey and Investor. There are stars in the rap game for Hex.
Yeah, they got they've got some serious raps. Yeah,
producers and musical talent as well.
Yep.
Definitely.
So thank you for joining.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on here. So if you like trustless interest, not having to rely on a banker and exchange to give you money, well, Hex has made a lot of people very, very wealthy over the last year. So,
yep,
that's right.
She's she's actually staked out in BlockFi. You said, right?
BlockFi, yes.
Gotcha.
I don't know much about BlockFi, but I'm imagining that they hold on to your keys and pay you interest on your Bitcoin, right? Is that how it works?
Yes,
Yeah.
every month. So.
And they pay monthly. So what is their going interest rate right now? Your yield on Bitcoin?
It's like 5% below 20 Bitcoin.
Oh, below 20? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 5% isn't bad. I mean, it's no 15% we're getting in Hex on an annual basis, or 60% if you got a 15-year stake, but it's not bad. It's nothing to balk
Where
at.
did you end?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yep, she cut out there for a second.
She froze.
Michael Saylor got her.
Uh-oh, Michael Saylor's pulling her away.
Or BlockFi.
BlockFi. BlockFi's like, hey, wait. Don't let the secret out of the bag.
What's up, Tim, Maddie, Manjby?
Mangy
What's
B.
going on? Manjby. There you go, Manjby. My bad.
Manjab.
How's it going?
Okay.
What happened to Duraj? Duraj was in a green room a second ago.
Is that whose name is Crypto Brownie on here?
Oh, I'm back.
There she is. She's back. No,
Oh,
she froze again.
I'm doing well, Mr. Producer. Thank you for asking.
Great.
I like your microphone there, Timmy B.
Oh, thank you. I feel very professional. Like I'm.
You look like you're ready to send some people to space.
Yeah, that does look like
Flying
you're ready to send somebody to
Are you at Houston Call Center for Space Command? Is that where? Is it?
Nah, Houston would definitely have a problem if I was there.
I like it. It's nice and clear. I like the mic qual.
Thank you. Yeah, I bought this headset just, to make things better, and I'm getting used to it. I was kind of concerned how comfortable I would feel having this thing sticking in my face, but I like it.
That's what I use for my morning show.
Yeah, I know. I wish I
really
would.
like it.
I wish I could wake up a little bit earlier. If I could discipline myself to wake up a half hour earlier, I could join you guys in the morning.
You don't have to
love
get
to
up early though, Timmy. You're retired, man.
I know, that's why I don't get up early.
You're a
So-
you're a crypto rich bitch, man. You don't.
Yeah,
gotta-
Bree, this gentleman below me, Tim Benjamin here, is a great example of what Hex can do for you. This man has officially retired from his day job thanks to Hex and him being an early adopter.
Oh, cool.
So now he travels around and harasses all the other Hexicans around the nation. That's what he does.
Hopefully I won't get arrested in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a true Vegas experience unless you are. So
Well, that's true.
just
So,
saying.
yeah. Okay, hopefully I won't get other people arrested in Vegas.
There you go. There's a plan.
So tonight's the last night to get late registration tickets.
Oh, here we
Vegas.
go. Here we go. Here's the Vegas
Right.
shill coming.
That's right. That's right.
Tell
Throw
them,
it,
Maddie.
throw it in the
Tell
chat, Maddie, so I can throw it on
Hexicans.eventbrite.com.
screen.
We had our 150th person sign up today, so
Nice.
we're expecting
Awesome.
everybody to be there. It's gonna
That
be
is
awesome.
so cool. And the shirts are literally being print. Well, they're sleeping right now in Southeast Asia at the moment, but they are being manufactured, and he almost got them all done today.
Awesome.
Maddie, does Hexicans.Vegas still work? Would that get him to all the
Yeah,
information?
that's the blog where you see the schedule, and then it has the link to the tickets and
Okay.
to the discounts and everything.
Hey, I want to ask you, since we're on stream, is it possible to give away or raffle my 2 tickets, or is that something that can be done?
Sure, let's do it.
Go.
Awesome.
Go.
I mean, not on stream, but I'm just saying, you can do your thing on one of your
Yeah.
streams, maybe.
Sure, sounds good.
I
Cool.
like that. That's a good idea, producer. Since it's gonna, unless you plan on swimming over here from Tokyo. So
Well, I got something else planned. We'll see what happens.
it's like, you guys, I love you all, but I got way bigger plans than to come hang out with you Hexicans. So.
Dang.
No, I mean, I have something else planned that I think you'll get a kick out of it.
All right.
Well,
Sounds good.
T Money said that we can stream onto the jumbotrons in Vegas. Like, we're so deeply connected in Vegas right now. We're driving a tank over a car. We're going on jumbo screens with live streams and Hex logos. Like, we're getting the star treatment for sure.
Nice.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
haven't.
Captain, I think our company needs to pay for us to have a presence there.
Oh boy. Hey everybody, Hex Mal is here now. What's happening, Hex Mal?
And he's gone.
And he's gone. What happened?
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is having a little bit of problem here. Keep like coming in and coming out. So I
Bree, are you located in the UK?
U.S.
Oh, you are. Okay. You kind of have an accent, so I was just curious.
I have an accent from Ecuador.
Really?
Oh, that's cool.
I was going to ask you if you were from the Mediterranean area just because of your complexion, but Latino sounds about right too.
Yeah, 100% Latina.
Nice.
MT Coiner, want to say thank you, sir, for the $10. Rock on, Hexicans.
Wow.
It's been a wild ride. Maybe next year I'll be able to make it to the meetup. We are going to miss you, sir. I wish you could be there. I wish all the Hexicans could be there. I know it's a strange year, but hopefully close. Hopefully we'll have the opportunity in the near future to be able to meet up in a much larger crowd. Though I think it's going to be a pretty good get-together with the Vegas crew. So I think that's pretty exciting, Maddie. Thanks for putting that all together. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Captain, did I tell you I sent out samples today to Johnny Chaos's workshop for Maddie Allen. So he and Johnny and Maddie will have some Crypto Junkie shirts so they can see what the material of the Hexican meetup shirts are. And
Why'd you
wouldn't
give him
me-
samples?
Oh, I should have charged him for them, but I gave them to him so he could check them
But
out.
for what? They're coming no matter what. Why are we
Those
giving
samples
those
are blank.
samples of stuff
That's
they
true.
got anyway.
That is true. That
God
is true.
damn it.
But the only downside is all I had was extra large. But
Jeez.
Maddie's worried about the $5 wrench attack and me stealing his seed keys, so he wouldn't give me an address. He's like, just send them to Johnny. I'm going there in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with Crypto Coffee and Johnny Chaos. I'm so
I love
excited. We're gonna get into
It
trouble.
looks like Motley's in the chat room trying to get up enough courage to come in here. I think he's a little intimidated by Bree. He's in there talking like he wants to come in, and he's
Bree, tell him
poking
that
at
you won't
everybody.
bite. Please tell him you won't bite.
I see Motley. He's sitting in there, dude. He really is.
Everybody come.
Oh no. Yeah,
Jay
Mark,
says
let's
sample
go.
me. no, thank you.
No.
I'm charging those in Tokyo. Well, I'm giving the producer free gear, but everyone else in Japan, they're getting charged double price.
Is that just to rub it in Papa's face?
Absolutely.
I figured.
Absolutely.
I'll wear it in front of Papa when I meet him for a drink in Tokyo.
You should. Yeah, I'm going to get you some shirts sent out, buddy, with our new logos on it.
What's up, Papa?
How close are you guys to each other? Where he is and where
Probably
you're
like
at?
maybe 30 or 40 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so
you guys
you guys
haven't
are
already
close.
had a Tokyo meetup?
No, not yet, but we'll make it happen.
That's super cool.
I was going to ask, is Vegas the first time everyone's met up before, or have there been smaller meetups in different areas?
Smaller meetups.
We've had
Yeah.
smaller meetups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to Idaho, Orlando. I've been to a couple guys' houses on the road. Yeah.
Told you he was harassing everybody. Where was that when I was saying that?
I never expected Idaho to be a center of Hex.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few people that showed up to a meetup there. We filled a whole dining room in a restaurant. I was surprised they let us all be in one room because it was during the whole.
Yeah, but it's Idaho. They're a freedom-loving state, man. They don't care.
So is Arizona.
Yep.
So fit in right very well.
Yep, absolutely. So it's kind of funny because, Timmy, you and I geographically are probably closer than anyone else. But
You're in Colorado, correct?
yes, sir.
Where in Colorado?
You and I can talk after the show. I am in small Podunkville, out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. Well, I'm quite familiar with a lot of out in the middle of nowhere. So.
Yep, I believe you are. Well, you've talked about Flagstaff, and that is not far from here. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm only 40 miles from Flagstaff, so it's not a big deal.
Yep.
So there's a meetup tomorrow, or no, it got moved to Sunday in Connecticut. Hex meetup, and you can message Chris P if you want to go to it. It's Sunday, and he'll be on my show tomorrow doing a presentation about how to onboard people, and I'm really excited about that, so you can check him out there.
That is one thing that our community is great at. We've probably onboarded one-on-one more no-coiners in the last year than any other community. I'm certain of that. I am certain of that.
Everybody I've onboarded is a no-coiner.
Yep, me too.
Yeah,
Me too. All the people that were already in crypto lost so big in 2017, they said, I'm not touching that again. So,
Do you find it's easier to onboard no corners because of the, you don't have to fight against the FUD that's out there and in the crypto sphere about, hacks and other things, right? I mean, people come in with preconceived notions if they've been in the, in cryptocurrencies for a while sometimes,
Yep. Yeah, there's a misconception about Hex that's been slung around the crypto space that by a bunch of lazy influencers that haven't done their research. And then everything you see out there, you're like, man, just show me once someone who's been scammed. There's not one person that's ever been scammed. I've seen actually Jay had a good point, which is Papa B. He had a great point on my last show. He said, I was robbed of my, what did he say? I was robbed of my poorness and I want it back. I say, yeah, sorry, man. It's not going to happen. So see, that's the only thing people have been robbed of.
Well,
So-
speaking
Gary?
of research,
What's
okay.
happening, guys?
What do you got there, Maddie? What do you got for us?
So I did a survey to find out where all these people are coming from in Hex to see if people had ever owned Bitcoin or not. So, and this is, I guess, relevant to our guest today because the results are in. 78% of people who responded to this poll, 180 people, they owned Bitcoin in the past. So I categorized them as an OG coiner. And then only 18% of people never owned Bitcoin. And so I call those hex coiners. And then people who own Bitcoin and never bought hex, and people who never owned Bitcoin or hex don't watch my channel. So they're 2% each. But yeah, so I always like to say that hex stole the greatest minds in Bitcoin whenever there was the Bitcoin free claim at the genesis of hex. And so that's part of the origin
worth the
story.
USD value.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Bree. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Bree Fit, Roger Ver is one of the free claimers as well. So I'm sure you know him.
Yes, who created Bitcoin Cash. Is that right?
Yep.
Well, he backs it. He's not really up to ever.
Yeah, he's their marketing guy.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. I saw him in a lot of like documentaries, Bitcoin documentaries.
Yeah, he does get his face on a lot of those.
Yeah.
Roger's a fraud, somebody said. Well, that's not very nice. That is not very nice at all, DC Maverick. We don't know if he's a fraud.
There's a quote from Roger Ver that really grabbed me when I first got involved in Bitcoin way back in 2011. And it said that the reason Roger got so interested in Bitcoin was because what he saw was an opportunity to deprive governments of being able to pay for war. And that really just, Roger's a libertarian and so am I. So I just connected with that. And that's a big drive for me is, empowering people. And that's the real glory of crypto. If people, can go there and, get over their own greed.
Yeah, Tim, I remember that when he did that on stage, he actually brought himself to tears when he spit that line out. So, yes.
It's very powerful, especially to share that with a group of people. I don't blame him.
And I would estimate that about 99.9% of Hex has never touched a centralized exchange. Yep. Whereas with Bitcoin and almost every other cryptocurrency, it didn't get invented at the perfect time when decentralized exchanges were coming around, like Uniswap and 1inch. And so being on ETH and then now migrating to our own chain, that's really changing the game. And part of the reason why Hex has been gatekept, right, is because we won't bribe centralized exchanges to list us, and we won't bribe influencers. And so we're all just here, a bunch of regular people who believe.
And, all we need is somebody to fill out the right paperwork for us to create our own fiat on-ramp, because that's really all it is just a legality.
It is. So
it's MTL. It's MTL and it's a certain kind of licensure.
Sure.
People already know that Monarch and Rob Beatles has the same licensure, the same clearance across 450 United States as Coinbase. That he equivalently has the same power inside of his, because he paid like $3 million for it before Monarch ever launched. So he's like Richard in a lot of ways, that he prepays for the build of something and the regulatory authority before he asks people for any kind of participation in his products.
Yep. And he's very Hex and Richard friendly. So I'd like to see them join forces and be a fiat on-ramp for Pulse.
That would be awesome.
If you think about it, the narrative, like I saw that Graham Stephan just put out a video and it was talking about, obviously, Elon Musk making turbulence in the marketplace, specifically about, everybody loves to praise that Tesla bought, but of course they don't like when the narrative comes out less than a month later that it's harmful because of carbon footprint. And again,
they lost their shit. Saylor lost his shit on that, man.
and then they make this thing. They say, well, that means that Dogecoin can rise, because they're so naive. They don't understand that that's proof of work as well.
Yep.
I don't think there's been a better opportunity for the narrative. Now, whether a narrative gets out because of our own community or our own broadcast of truth, it's hard to be a light in a lot of darkness. But it's interesting that most of the burn of Bitcoin is because, or proof of work state coins is not the daily grind. It's all of the transaction congestion, all the issues that Pulse addresses, and Hex being basically a set a stake and return on it after time kind of thing. It's obviously doesn't have the same kind of volume narrative in order to make profit. So I think it's never been a better time for something like Hex itself, nor something like a delegated proof of work, proof of stake mechanism of consensus like Pulse has. We're really in a perfect opportunity, really.
So going off of that, I'd like to talk to any of you influencers in the Hex community that are listening right this moment. Let's have a meeting sometime this next week. Let's push all of our community to donate just the slightest of Hex towards funding. And I don't care who the custodial wallet is. Someone public like Funding Jim has offered to do something like this in the past. But we fund a Tesla 3 for the first person that can get Elon to tweet about Hex.
That'd be
the proof of stake model.
Especially if it has a wrap. A wrap in a nice gradient color would be pretty cool.
Yep.
For I think a Tesla 3 is like 40 grand, 50 grand. Like the new one.
And that won't take much for our community to raise. So
that's really pretty cool.
Yep.
Good idea.
Well, I think we got
cool.
we got an influencer that's with us that joined us today that could get a nice rap and dance going and possibly get that done.
There's a Tesla 3 in it for you if you can get it done, guys.
Bree?
That's interesting. Even if it's something like it doesn't have to be super pimped, but things that get popularity like West Coast Customs or something like that. They basically change out the interior. They do the thing that makes it interesting for anybody of influence. Whether it's a rapper or somebody that ends up being some kind of a green deal kind of thing. Tesla fits the narrative. The color and the customization fits the narrative. Whether or not they realize that it's the gradient colors and the design of a hexagon is a different issue. But I think it's actually an interesting marketing ploy.
There we go. So let's get Freddie. Let's get Freddie and Bree together, and let's see if we can put something together to go throw at Elon.
I mean, only if someone wants a Tesla 3, no big deal.
Another interesting thing as a pitch would be, Mr. Beast gives away about $30 million per year at least, and he gives it away mostly because it's sponsor money. I think that you could probably reach out through his business device. We could, of course, reach out through his business device as a giveaway. One, he does the videos that's a giveaway, but basically it doesn't have to be that they're flexing because they're driving the vehicle, but I think that actually has a lot of virality to it beyond simply the Mr. Beast audience. Things like that are really have a big impact.
Yes, Freddie. Yes, that's your next project.
That's your next project, Freddie.
Even a nice wheelbarrow will do, he says.
Can we give away a Tesla even if maybe Michael Saylor buys $440 million worth of Hex? Like, would that qualify too?
I think we could come up with something as a community to make that happen. I don't think that would be very difficult for us to do. So.
Well, the difference is I can buy a car and I can wrap it with all these colors, like you hear about, a Lamborghini and stuff like that. What is it? The general audience. Again, we're kind of a different audience as far as we have run businesses. We know marketing, brand, and things like that because we do those things in our own nature. But do you think that the flex element is what's attractive? I think that was attractive in 17. I don't know that the flex element is the same as the almost the sneaky brand placement of giveaways and a lot of sponsorships and things like that have been going on in the YouTube space. So do you think that it's like if we sponsored something and it was a charitable, even if it was like these buses that move people from place to place voluntarily or some kind of health thing? I know he does the Sens Foundation, but do you think there's something like that of course has our gradient, our color, our meme? You think that that's more valuable, or you think that it's like an individual that hit it rich in Hex is more valuable as a marketing message? What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I can't get off the fact that, Graham Stephan had his Tesla 3 wrapped by a buddy of his in California. And you talk about this wrap, and I'm like, well, maybe if we went to the same garage, went to Graham Stephan's buddy's garage, and we had it wrapped out of there, that might get us in with Graham Stephan too.
Well, there's a lot of people. I mean, there's like Daily Driven Exotics, or different channels that have 3 or 4 million followers as far as a follower, but they also end up doing series. Like there's this guy that does the Rich Rebuilds. He was a Tesla guy for a long, long time. And you would see the build out over time of when he would do restoration or redo a Tesla, or, kind of the exotic things, like he'd make a Cybertruck before one existed. There are people that are influential that, even the rebuild process, which you might get 4 or 5 episodes out of, he's going to cover that vehicle. And, this is going, at the end of this, it's going to be a giveaway. At the end of it's going to be a charitable donation. There's a lot of tools that we really haven't deployed that are possible.
Bree, what do you think about all this?
I think it's very cool. I think you guys should give it a shot.
There we go.
I think a lot of people have compared the current Hex community and how much it's growing to the early Bitcoin community. What do you guys think about that comparison?
Well, I don't know that early Bitcoin people were really about profit. The earliest Bitcoin people were more libertarian about, anti-control by centralized authority. So it wasn't so much that they were profit driven, even though it was a currency or peer-to-peer currency. So I don't know that today's culture is the same. And I know that we got involved with Hex, honestly, to make gains.
Creepy crawly cockroaches didn't come around till later.
That's right. We just went straight to it.
Yeah, we just straight plucked them out of crypto, and
we said, "Oh my God, there's a profit potential there. I'm in. Sign me up."
Yeah, there has been a lot more volunteerism in this currency versus other cryptos that may have been around, for a few years, and a lot more helpfulness outside of the topic of simply crypto. I know that there's a lot of peer-to-peer stuff as far as information or cross collaboration, things like that have nothing to do with crypto or profit in this influence game either.
Well, another difference is that people in Bitcoin, they talk a good game when it comes to holding their coins, but in Hex you actually prove it.
Liar. Sorry.
Yeah, for the tech, you actually prove it by locking your coins, and you can lock your Bitcoins. I just don't know why people don't do it more. Like, why hasn't Michael Saylor
because it doesn't pay you more interest to do so.
Years?
It doesn't pay you interest to do it, man.
Giving it to somebody else to get interest. That's not crypto.
It would be interesting. What is the ideas? I know we talked in maybe like a year ago about like Bitcoin Cash has this gift card tipping someone. If it doesn't get cashed in, it goes back to the original wallet. That's one of the things that they do, right? That Roger Ver promotes. Like if he has a lunch somewhere, then he leaves a tip. But if it isn't redeemed within 30 days, it basically comes back to your wallet. So if it's lost or in between. Something along those lines would be, I don't know how you give away a staked coin, because the big thing about like sponsoring an influencer or shout outs and things like that is they dump the market. They just got paid.
I have a way to do that.
They did their video. How do you send someone staked information?
Maddie's got it.
Yeah, I got a way to do it. You can go to my Medium blog. I've got instructions on my Medium blog about how to do a physical coin that's got staked Hex, and it's the only complication. So it's basically an encapsulated stake, but the only difference is the person who generates it really doesn't have any proof that they didn't keep a copy of the. But if you're giving it as a gift or a giveaway, then you're probably not going to be stealing.
Well, that's what I'm saying is if you're going to give it to someone that has a lot and then it is staked and they can't claim it effectively or release it for, let's say, 2 years. They've got to always think that they prepaid and they influenced their audience without knowing if they're ever going to cash in. Of course, you wouldn't want to backfire it by cashing in. But again, if you're tempted that Hex has gone up to, $5 per coin, and you gave it away when it was 7 cents, that's a big temptation not to sneak it out. So I don't know.
I don't know who banhammered you, but I saw you got muted in the chat.
I did. He called us creepy old men, so I said, "Fuck you."
Well, in that case, thank you for paying us $5 to banhammer you. Let us know if
I'll do it
we
again
the
too.
next time we do it. Yeah.
So for Christmas, I gave away coins with staked Hex on them to family and friends, and so it was worth $100 at the time. Now it's worth $800. That's not bad.
Isn't it nice? Yeah, I did the same thing for all my nieces and nephews.
Now it's worth $800.
Oh, we lost Knuckles.
Knuckles fun. Yeah, I know that there's some people there, and again, Hex is as far as the voice chat inside of either the Hex Telegram or the Pulse one. Man, there's some OGs. There's some people that were Bitcoin 2011, and they have hundreds of Bitcoin that they basically time locked years ago to their family and things like that. So it's actually really interesting how many people that you would have thought have been a maxi of some form are actually inside of a Hex organization. Pretty cool.
I used to be a Bitcoin maxi.
Yeah. What changed your path?
Hex.
Hex, yeah. It's Richard, I would say.
Yeah. So speaking of that, I wanted to ask Bree that. Do you know who Richard Hart is, Bree?
Is he the one who created Hex?
Hex. Yeah, he is. He is.
Okay.
Have you ever watched any of his streams or anything like
I
that?
actually messaged him to ask him if I want to do a video about him, and if he wants me to do one for him, and he said yes. So
really?
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
But if maybe some Bitcoin like payments, that'd be great.
How about some Hex?
Okay, Hex too. Can I convert it? Can I convert it to Bitcoin?
We gotta let her. We gotta
Or
get
maybe
her
I
in
can
on
just,
the sacrifice. Sacrifice some of that Bitcoin for Pulse. Gotta
Diverse,
let her know about that.
Keep your eggs in different baskets.
There you go.
Not in one basket.
So our new guest here, Mangeb.
You could just say Mark. That's fine.
I've seen you around. Yeah, I've seen your name a lot.
So what's up with you, man? What's happening?
Yeah, sorry. I just been trying to help out in the Pulse chat and answer as many questions as possible, assist as much as I can. I mean, I know Funding Jim and others have been administrating and kind of keeping people online and whatnot. But we've doubled in size in just the last couple of days.
So you guys have been in there keeping up the shit talking, right?
Yeah.
Because that's basically what we're all doing in there is just round robin shit talking, right? I mean, because nobody fucking knows anything about what's going on. And so, right? Or do we know something yet? Does anybody know anything? Do we have any news?
I know this much. Hex is the answer to all questions. What's the time? Hex, how you doing? Hex. I like that, Sapper.
What's up, guys? Hex.
Look at that little cute little thing, man.
Can you
Good
say
thing
hi,
she
Hex?
looks like her mom.
Yes, she does. Fortunately,
Good for her.
and her older sister. Huh.
So really, does anybody have any news? Do we have any news? Because I don't know. Richard, just to let everybody know, Richard does have the link. He does have a link. He did say he was going to say something to us all this week. But
Does he come on sometimes?
He's come on our show a few times.
He's come on the show a few times, yeah.
Okay.
But lately he's been really busy. He's been
He does
working
his
on
own videos.
Yeah,
he does
has
his own
streams.
Yeah,
he
has his
was
own
on here
stream.
last Friday. Well,
Yeah,
it's 2 Fridays ago. Sorry, 2 Fridays ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
he'll come
answering
in.
questions in the Telegram earlier today, so he's kind of catching up after being out for a couple of days. I mean, I'm sure the team's extremely busy with development right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of news.
Uh-oh.
So,
Well, let's hear it.
I was in the Hex Dev chat, so not the Pulse chat, but the Hex Dev chat. And Richard, this was on Monday. Richard asked for us in there to take a Bitcoin private key and convert it into an Ethereum private key and then import it into MetaMask. And it worked. I tested that out. It only took a few minutes, but
Well, it's the same
a lot of ways that you
Bit49
can
programming,
contribute.
isn't
But
it?
that makes me think, that he's getting everything set up for the sacrifice phase. And like I said, that was back on Monday, but
Well, I
That's
think it's all
news.
BIP39, so someone can feel free to correct me because I know our community will. So
Also,
Here it
the
comes.
the tweet about the devs finding the bug in the Ethereum code.
that was pretty cool. So a Pulse chain dev finding a bug in the Ethereum code and reporting it to Ethereum.
Nice.
yeah, it was.
They put
it
it
was
up
in
on GitHub.
The Geth part of the code.
The Geth part, yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What's up, Jimmy Diamond? How you
Hey,
doing?
what's
What's up, everybody? How you
Jimmy
doing?
D.
Welcome,
Hey.
welcome.
Hey,
Dude, where's the yacht, bro? Where's the yacht?
Oh, it's coming. Not yet.
It's parked in the bay, right?
So Pulse Dev Shane. So let's give a shout out to Shane, who found and fixed an Ethereum issue. Very, very cool. I wonder if
Shane
Vitalik sent him a little gas money or something for that.
Right
Send
on,
him
Shane.
some shib. Send him some shib.
Did you guys see the interview with Vitalik and who was the gentleman from the Sens Foundation?
Aubrey.
Aubrey,
Aubrey,
Mr.
right.
Aubrey. Yeah.
Tim Peterson.
And so I was looking at Vitalik when they were talking. He was talking about Richard. So Aubrey's talking about Richard, and Vitalik looks like he's just sitting there swallowing his gum, man. He's just like,
Yep.
No way.
oh yeah, you guys haven't seen it? You haven't seen it?
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, Aubrey's talking about Richard when he didn't say Richard's name. He goes, I'm talking about somebody, and we all know who he is.
but I
And,
can't say.
That I
can't say.
Yeah.
I can't say he's about to do something, and so it was pretty interesting. And Vitalik was just sitting there going,
So those of you guys who have little dust bags of other ERC20s that it's not worthwhile to sacrifice or to exchange on Uniswap for $300 into Hex, then that might be the time to use those ERC20s. To give.
Literally 10% of my time in the air.
Who is that? Was that you, RG? You got something playing in the background?
Nah, I don't play shit in the background.
Anyway, so the ERC20s that you guys, it's not worthwhile for you to pay $300 to swap into Hex. That might be the bag to send to the donation sacrifice address for Sens, because if you're going to do the donation method, it might be best to send bags that aren't the ones that you want to pump, because ERC20s are going to get sold by the Sens Foundation if you send it to them. By law, they have to. So it is in your best interest to send those to donate those ones, so to speak, so that the Sens Foundation can sell those down instead of Hex.
The significance of that.
Thanks,
Bree,
Raj. Thanks, Raj.
Bree, the significance of that is the Sens Foundation is a life extension research organization that Richard is very much a fan of and has volunteered for in the past. And some of us would like to provide them with donations, but we have to go through Coinbase to do that. So I don't know if you've noticed, but many of us have made videos recently asking Coinbase to provide a fiat on-ramp for us, and that would be one of the reasons so we can make donations for organizations such as that.
Sure. Yeah. I have Coinbase. I have some big Coinbase.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when Coinbase first launched back in 2012, and I had an account with them ever since. So it'd be nice if they come through for us on this. Otherwise, one of their competitors will, maybe.
So what's the deal with the Sens donation? You get it doesn't match up the same way, right? As the
No, so
you'll match less, but you'll get a write-off on the whole thing, though.
Yeah, you get a tax write-off though if you donate because it's a certified 501c3. But the thing is that the Sens is forced by law to sell any crypto it receives as a donation. So unless you want them selling down your hex bag, send all your other ERC20s to them. On top of that, the discussion is still being had in the Pulse chat whether it's going to be a 75 or an 80% of what you would get if you just send it directly to the sacrifice address. So you won't get 100% match to what you'll get in the way of Pulse when it launches, but you'll still get something for it.
Is there a reason?
While you're on this topic, can you play the Twitter? It's right on the hack. It's basically 30 seconds, and it is Aubrey talking about Richard in code, but it's in the Twitter private. I send a link. It's in the private chat. You can play it on screen or not later. But it's about Sens, and it's the interview that Aubrey did right after Richard. Basically,
I'm not allowed to click on links anymore.
It breaks it every time. It breaks it every freaking time, and we get a monetization strike, and we get a copyright claim, and
so
I just disabled it.
Hey, you haven't set the screen down yet.
Okay.
We're all going to walk the plank.
You can watch it on your own then. It's on Twitter. It's Post Polar, the guy that ended up making the 10,000x video. So if you look at him on Twitter, he's got the time hack exactly when Aubrey's talking about, in 30 days, he says something along the lines of, in 30 days, a lot more people are coming into the space and donating, and in 30 days, something big by someone that we all know that we don't talk about, So it's actually code, but he's definitely talking about Richard.
Yeah, he's talking about Richard. And Vitalik, the look on Vitalik's face is just great. It just looks great.
I'll pull it up.
Tim Peterson's a whale also. He's
and Tim
Peterson's
that's
right, whale guy.
Yeah, and another thing is I was doing my thing on one of the live streams of an influencer. Everybody knows Christopher Green of AMTV. He was doing an Ask Me Anything live stream earlier today, and I was in there, of course, putting the Telegram links to Hex and the Pulse chain and Hex.com, and I got him to. He mentioned Hex. He said Hex is doing well. Hex is doing very well.
I saw that. He sent me the link.
Well, last year before it was when it was really small, he had said, the best performing crypto that he bought was Hex. There's a clip of him saying that during a different, just regular spontaneous stream, same thing. Yep. And that was when it was, it was less than a penny at that time. It was like 0.8 of a penny or something.
Right on.
Right. I'll pull it up here. It's really grainy. Sorry about this.
I like the part where you tell them not to fuck it up.
Yeah.
I say that.
And I think it's very important what Vitalik pointed out about the positive feedback loop here, where, every little small step of legitimization facilitates the next step. It's happening all the time. There's it's slightly unfortunate that we're doing this AMA now rather than a month or so from now, because there's stuff that I can't talk about that is happening that will be really seismic in this field. People are getting involved in this who have not been involved before. Somebody whose name we all know and whose name I cannot mention, but who has been for more than 15 years, is finally going to be doing something. If you're listening, for God's sake, don't fuck it up the way Larry Ellison did 20 years ago and the way Larry Page did 8 years ago. Get it right. But yeah, I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. My job, I'd like to think that I'm getting to that point that I've always hoped to be at, where I can retreat into glorious obscurity and let the world get on with fixing this problem.
Right on.
Hey guys, I have someone coming over. So I actually, when I clicked the link to join, I thought I was just clicking to watch, and then it popped up. And it said join. So I said, hey, I've never been on here, but I've been watching you guys for a while, and it's awesome what you do. So.
Your Twitter game is strong, my friend.
Nice.
Oh,
thanks. Yeah, I was never on Twitter until Hex came along. You
Me
so
too.
that's the reason I joined Twitter.
Hashtag me too. Did I use that right? So me
Yeah,
too,
you guys
bro.
are awesome. And for those of you coming to Vegas, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys out there.
Yeah, bud.
yeah.
We'll catch you soon.
Yeah, good chatting with you guys.
All right, Jimmy.
Later.
See ya.
DS pumps in. Hex is starting to come back a little bit.
Nice. Very nice.
Well, is Cabana in the chat? If you're in the chat, Cabana, let us know, because we had the Cabana happy hour dump today. So
What happened?
we dumped from like 7 cents to like 5.
Oh, the Cabana. So we had the Cabana dump.
Yep.
So, Bree, you said you were in the United States. How long have you been here? Were you born here, or were you born in Ecuador?
I was born in Ecuador, and I
Okay.
came here when I was 9 years old with my family.
Wow. How do you like it? How do you like it here compared to Ecuador?
She was 9.
Well, no, you can experience it.
I remember.
You
I remember, it's like so much better. It's more secure. I mean, no offense, but it's more secure and there's more opportunities
Sure.
for young people. And I'm just really glad we came.
Cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't have known about Bitcoin.
I was like, Timmy, I want to know what your neighborhood looked like when you were 9. Do you remember?
Yeah, I lived on First Avenue in a little town in Pennsylvania, and I was 2 blocks away from my elementary school, and I used to come home when the street lights came on, and I mean, I can go on and on. I remember being 9 years old like it was yesterday.
Yes,
It wasn't, bro. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Hey, I'm almost as old as you, pal.
Oh,
that's funny.
So how
So,
can you?
I know we talk about this.
See Hex go up and down, like pump and dip.
well, you know, all cryptos go up and down,
You
Bree.
see it like you go to a website or app.
Yeah, you can go. Well, we monitor it on nomics.com.
Nomics.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nomics. Nomics is the best coin aggregator where you can monitor your coins, because we're being gate kept by some of the other coin. Let me see here.
CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko do
CoinGecko.
not list us properly because of prejudices that they have against the contract. I don't know what their problem is.
Because they're hooked up with centralized exchanges, and
Yeah.
we won't
Yeah,
bribe them to list Hex. So it's,
So
It's true.
I mean,
There's-
that's a fact.
to list a coin on
I've looked
Binance
into
in
it.
2017 was $2 million plus about 10% of the coin before the
Jeez.
audience ever bought.
If you go, Bree, if you go to your app store there on your phone, you can go to Staker app,
Staker.app.
staker.app, and the Staker app has a chart on it. It also has a way for you to monitor all of the metrics in Hex, and you could even put a wallet on there, all that stuff. So it's that's our local devs have made that for us, that app for Hex. You can actually stake
Drop
on
the
it
link.
too.
I dropped the links in the private chat, Bree. If you could take a look there.
Yeah.
You can also go on TradingView and enter the criteria for Hex versus the USD or Hex versus Ethereum and get different price charts on there.
Trading.
Oh, didn't Yahoo Finance list us this week?
I have no
I
idea.
heard that.
Yes,
I heard
I
that.
saw a tweet about that. Yes.
Yahoo Finance. Gotta check that.
That's
And
awesome.
Coinbase shows the price, but they cut it off. Like they only show how many cents, but not fraction of a cent. So it makes it look less exciting than it really is.
I just heard today, inside sources, that some of these exchanges that do the Visa card things are actually moving into the space like Robinhood, and they're actually bringing the stock market tickers into their trading platforms. So they're starting to like mix everything together, and really interesting. They're putting the two assets together now on all of these different exchanges that are out there. So things are starting to heat up in crypto. That is full show.
You know, if they get a broker's license, then I guess, yeah, they can deal with securities. So
yeah. I mean, it's just like getting the licensing for everything else, you know, on off ramp, on ramp, all that other crap that they got to do. So why not, right? I mean, if something like Robinhood is doing it, why don't all the other, you know, all the crypto exchanges start doing it? The ones that are offering, you know, the on ramps and off ramps as well.
Cool. Now we can convince all the Tesla stockholders to sell their stock for Hex.
Yeah. Why not be able to move in and out of different stuff, right?
Hey, yeah. That'll get Elon's attention.
But again, these are onboarding tools. These aren't real crypto tools, because when it comes down to it, again, everybody, not your keys, not your crypto. You give up custody of your stuff. You're putting it on exchange. You're risking middlemen, and you know how we all feel about middlemen.
So I have a question. I haven't seen Bree Fit dance before. Is that are you experienced in crypto before ever coming on this stream? I'm kind of curious if you already gave that snapshot of your kind of why you're on a crypto channel tonight.
Yeah, so I've been researching about Bitcoin mostly, but I'm open to learn more about the other cryptocurrencies out there and just getting to know more of the community. So meet new people and just getting the word out there about crypto.
She's being super modest. She's Bitcoin famous. Michael Saylor tweets about her. She got 10K followers on Twitter. Like, yeah. So yeah, kind of a big deal.
He actually talked about me with the Wolf of All Streets.
I don't know who that is.
It was like an interview with him, and he actually talked about my video. I mean, he couldn't comment on the video because of his, his company's rules.
So I'm curious that, again, so the investor outside, I'm coming up on 50. I'm 50 years old. So I've had an investment pool over my life. And I wonder, like a different generation, when they're following, meet Kevin as an influencer, or Stephen Graham, or someone on YouTube, the millennial, or the different generation, Gen Z and such. Is it the narrative that it's going up that's the most influential about buying into something, or is it the narrative of what the company produces or their mission statement? And what I mean by that is, people choose, Tesla maybe because they believe in green energy or something along those lines, or they choose Apple because they like the intuitiveness of the product, and seems like that's a good market fit for the consumer. The consumer chooses that easy way to get what they want out of a smartphone. So that's narrative. And then something like a Dogecoin, which a lot of people make fun of, but people buy into that, or they buy into GameStop because it's going up. Other people are getting rich. Other people are making money. I just want to make money. So when you have a conversation, even if it's an interview or whatever it may be, as a relatively new compared to us old dudes, what motivates you and people that are kind of entering the investment space as a whole? Is it the fact that it's going up, the number one thing, or is it the narrative behind why it might have value to a consuming population?
I think it's both, but you kind of have to, I don't know, maybe risk a little bit, maybe take some risks here and there, because you never know if it's going to go up or down. But I think that looking at the narratives is really important, like if you believe in green energy or not, or, all these high technology. But I think technology is the future. So
the
Nice.
reason I bring that up is because Doge has gotten popularity and such. It's SNL, someone talks about it, and you see almost within the same week the spike up in buying energy of Akita and every other kind of Chihuahua. And, it's the same thing we saw 4 or 5 months ago when everybody was buying some kind of food token, a sushi, a hot dog, a pancake, or whatever it may be. So that's just basically meme acting out as a value speculation and people getting in as soon as they can so that they can get out as soon as they can at profit. So that's why I'm asking about narrative, because Hex, the one that we talk about so much, the reason that we believe in it in the way that it's acting as it is because it effectively is delaying gratification. It is a locking up of your money. As Maddie likes to say, you're paying your future self. You're not paying your today self. And I think that has value. It's been demonstrated because of the growth of the community size and the token value and things like that. And it also really goes to what we believe in general, which is a sound money principle. That, there shouldn't be gatekeepers, there shouldn't be a centralized authority, there shouldn't be administrative keys that can effectively harm the adoptee, So we're very much about the narrative, and we also look at the code as priority. What are your thoughts about that?
you got to invest in yourself. Like you said, you got to invest as early as possible to get where you want to be. Just get those gains.
Yep.
Get those gains.
No, that's what she is making interest off of her bits, so she's not just holding them. So that's good. But we'd like to see you doing it in a better way.
Making work for you.
Yeah. So just to put it in perspective, Bree, those of us, a lot of us here have been in since the beginning of Hex, so we have been in for a little over a year. But all of us who have all of us who have staked out for many years, our bags have literally doubled in that year and a half. Literally over doubled our holdings just from staking them. So that's the type of gains that we're getting off of our Hex. But by the way, I just want to say welcome to our friend from Rogue News, CJ. What's happening, buddy?
CJ, it's good to see you, brother.
Hey, what's up? Happy Friday to everyone. Good to be here. And just to let you know, RG3, we are simulcasting this on our platforms as well right now. So we are.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, it's the least I could do. I enjoy hanging out with you guys and just want to hear all the great things that you're doing. And then also with Hex and the Hexicans in the community. So for those tuning in on Rogue News, we're here hanging out with Captain RG3 and on the Discourse Syndicate, if this is your first time here. And it's usually every Friday night, is that correct?
Every Friday is the FN Hangout, where we allow anybody and everybody to come and join us and hang out and speak their piece. Fun.
Yes, obviously anyone and everyone, because I'm here, so that's good.
Yeah, you're a friend of the show, though, my man. You've always got access if you want it.
I'm having fun, brother. I'm having fun.
Good to see you, man.
Shout out to CJ and B, the Guerrilla Economist. You're watching, or if you're listening, hey, thanks, brother.
Hey, thanks for the shout. I appreciate that.
So speaking of being in from the beginning, Captain, what you were saying is that our interest has already doubled our bags, but then the price appreciation made it go up 500 to 1,000 or more X.
Yes. So on top of actually our coin growing, we've X'd our price. So it's like if you held Bitcoin, you held Bitcoin. And
5% more a year, right?
It went up, and it went up in price, and it that's cool. But imagine if you go up in price, and the amount of X that Hex has gone up in price is just phenomenal. Highest appreciating asset in 2020. But I mean, on top of the appreciation, we've actually gained interest on our bags that have actually doubled them.
Yep. Yeah, when he's saying interest, again, he's talking about adding coin to the stack or increasing the number of Bitcoin as an analogy. So
Yes.
I think I've seen the numbers before that in 1 year, Bitcoin has 8x, something like 7.9x or something like that. And Hex has had that multiple, I think it's like a 60x or something along those lines. But on top of that, if you were staked, like we believe in the staking mechanism of a blockchain CD, then many of us have made 40 to 60% in APY of extra coin. So it's very interesting.
So we look at T-shares, which is the mechanism in which you're paid the inflation, as Bitcoin miners. So imagine you have so many Bitcoin miners and they're constantly paying you more Bitcoin to run. Well, that's exactly what T-shares is doing without the energy consumption. So you're getting paid more coins just to hold.
You just dropped like a half of the information about T-shares on her without her even know what T-shares were.
I know. Without getting
it's mining.
When you stake your Hex, Bree, your Hex gets burned and you get T-shares, and those T-shares mark your place in your stake, and they tell you the gains that you're going to get. Basically, you buy your T-shares when you stake, and then you get them for the price that they are today. They've been going up. Literally, T-shares for us have gone from 60 cents to what were they, $1,100 today, guys?
Almost $1,200. Yep.
$1,200 for
So
a
you
T-share.
actually get the T-shirts like this?
No, T-shares.
Oh,
T-shares.
And it stands for trillion shares. Yeah.
So
the way that I explain it is that you're getting a share of the future compound interest. So it's a trillion shares of the future compound interest in the system.
Oh wow!
And then when your stake ends, you get your principal and your interest all in one shot.
Yep.
Bree, I'm going to share with you some links. Maddie has a great What is Hex playlist that he has on one of his channels. So I'll share that with you after the show.
Sure. Thank you.
It's actually a joke for those who remember. Now that's what I call music, Volume 1. And this is a Hex playlist called Now That's What I Call Hex, Volume 1. And you can find it at hexcds.com, which is a play on words because Hex is a certificate of deposit and a musical album.
And also, Bree, you mentioned earlier that you like meeting people. Well, there's going to be a couple of hundred Hexicans in Las Vegas from June 24th through the 27th. So if you're like passing through town, just look for the logo. They'll be everywhere.
Oh, cool.
Is there a link or something that could be thrown up for that, or a site?
Vegas.
Yeah,
Vegas.
Maddie, just throw it in the comments and I'll put it on the screen.
Can you put that in a banner or a share screen or something so that our listeners,
Maddie,
we have quite a few listeners that are in Vegas, and I know that they would love to attend and find out about the big conference coming up. So, and again, I'm trying to make arrangements to be there. I think it'd be
sweet.
A lot of fun too.
You got it there, Maddie? Did you put it in the private chat there, and I'll put it on a banner.
And I think Maddie mentioned that tonight is like the end of the last day to get the early tickets. Go ahead, Maddie.
Late registration. Yeah, today's the last day, and it'll be going through tomorrow afternoon, and so you can get your tickets at hexmeetup.eventbrite.com, and the blog that explains the schedule is at hexican.vegas.
Okay, I'll pull it up there, RG. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I don't know if this stream's big enough for two producers or not. We'll have to talk offline, the producer.
Right on, brother.
How many producers are there?
There you guys go.
You got it first, CJ.
Roger that, brother.
Yeah, and you know.
Yeah, I got it. I said kinetics. Let me make it right here.
Good for you, sir.
There you go.
You like that, huh? You got a little technology going on now?
I was just afraid you were going to break it, man. I got really scared. Boomers and tech,
Did you just call me a boomer again? We've already had a talk about that one.
Excuse me, we are Xers, not boomers. Get your sociology straight,
Xers.
Hexers.
Hexers. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Hexers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Gen
yeah,
Hexers.
I like that.
Gen Hex.
Yeah.
There, that's
So
a good shirt.
Bree, we also have a whole slew of chat rooms on Telegram. If you have a Telegram account, you just search for Hex on there. There's all kinds of chat rooms.
Sure. Oh,
You know,
where's the invitation?
I'll hit you up. I'll hit him up with. I think I dropped them in the private chat just earlier. So if you just scroll up a little bit on the private chat in the StreamYard.
X19, you got to be the most generous person that has absolutely nothing to say. This is like the third time you've donated and have no comment with it. So we appreciate you, sir, for your $4.99. Appreciate you supporting the show, man. So feel free to put a comment in there next time. So
Yeah, I've seen him do it a lot of times. It's just
yeah,
generous.
You know, one of the really cool thing that's evolved in the crypto space is that, you know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, like when you would first, whether you're hanging out with friends or by the fire pit, whatever, you know, you start the conversation or even mention like cryptocurrencies, and people would look at you like you're weird or strange or something like that. But nowadays it's like a topic of conversation. Like I noticed like the last week and a half, 2 times I was at my gym, and one time I was in the locker room, you know, getting ready to hit the weights and all that, and I heard a couple guys, yeah, have you seen what this crypto coin is doing? That? Yeah, I'm thinking about, you know, getting involved and doing something with it. And then just today I was walking out and leaving the gym, and there was 2 guys sitting there, and one guy's trying to explain to him, like, well, first you have to get a wallet. And the guy's like, well, I have a wallet already. It's in my back pocket. He's like, no, not that type of wallet. So it's just, and I think that's one thing for collectively to really celebrate, like how our space has evolved, and some of the things that we're doing to really disrupt the legacy financial system, and that's what I'm excited about in regards to Hex, and looking at that and disrupting the IRAs or your traditional certificate of deposit where you're going to get 1.3% or whatever it is. And I remember being in the banking sector, and it was crazy because, you know, at one time, you know, if somebody had a CD and they used to get like a respectable, you know, rate back in the days, it would still not hedge against inflation. And I remember one time I was dealing with some elderly customers, and they had these CDs that were maturing, and they had this rate. It was very competitive back in the day, and we couldn't even touch it, like because even if it was at 3.5% and current CD rates were like at 1.3, like it was like jumping through obstacles to even like get them anywhere close to where they were back in the days, right? Whenever traditional interest rates were real rates, not now where everything is being completely suppressed, where there's free money that's just basically, you know, polluting the entire financial system. The Fed is creating money out of thin air. And I think that's important for everyone to understand, is that you have to hedge against that. And if you're stuck in those traditional 401ks, your traditional IRAs, you have to find a way to start diversifying. And we're in the 11th hour of that right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing and hearing people talk that way. You know, they used to talk about what is crypto. Now they're like, how can I use crypto to hedge against what's going on, or how do I get into crypto? I mean, I've kept myself out of the no coiner game. I've just given up on trying to bring people in. It's just been too much of a mess. But I've always promoted, and just by my actions, everybody knows. I mean, all my friends and family and stuff, they know what I do. So they watch and they do their own thing and ask questions. But this last few weeks, and it hasn't been just because, you know, Hex itself has launched, you know, to the moon with its price, and it's coming out with its own chain. It's literally been about crypto itself that I'm getting a lot of questions from no coiners and friends and family and people that are asking, you know, how do I get in? How do I hedge against inflation and what's going on out there? So it's taking on, it's hit mainstream now. It is. You know, we thought in 2017 that's what was going on, but I think 2017 was actually the institutional money actually just toying with crypto to see how it worked, to see how it operated, see what they can do to it, and they did. They came in, they pumped it, they dumped it, they said, okay, we got this now, and then they all set themselves up, And now we've got all these funds. We've got, JP Morgan and all these others getting into crypto. They're all in. They're all in now. And that's why we saw this thing go from, 600 billion to over almost 2 trillion now. Is that where we're at as far as crypto goes? 2 point something trillion. I think it maybe dipped from that. So obviously there's adoption taking place outside of just the crypto space. So it's happening. It's happening. And the best hedge for your dollar is Hex crypto. And we're not saying that just because, this is a Hex stream, but we've all done our research. We've been looking at this for the last few years with Richard and what he was building. And if you want to make passive income and make passive interest, you need to get yourself into Hex and hedge yourself in the crypto space with Hex, not with anything else. I'm not saying that Bitcoin's a bad investment. I'm just saying that Hex is what's going to make you gains. It's going to be, look at the gains. I mean, doubling your bag in over a year just on the crypto itself alone is humongous. Oh, did we just, what's that? Oh, that's the chart.
They're on Yahoo Finance as well.
What's that, Bree?
They're on Yahoo. It's on Yahoo Finance as well.
Oh, you did see it on Yahoo Finance. Well, very nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good find.
Hey,
let's bring the white Wookiee in, guys. Hold on a second. The white Wookiee here.
The white Wookiee.
Remarkable. Walker Wookiee. What's going on, brother?
Good morning.
So those of you guys, Hex is really a libertarian's dream. Peer-to-peer transaction. It's going to be even faster and cheaper on the Pulse chain. Stake it. If you're going to hold it like a long-term savings account /CD, make mad gains. I mean, obvious 14 for a short stake is 14 APY. Anything over 5 years, you're going to get about 40%. And anything closer to 15, you're going to get close to 60% APY. Down at the bottom in the ticker, you'll see there is a class out there on how to create a wallet and get started. This is created by our own Crypto Coffee here with the Hex community. So right after the Hexican.Vegas and the hexmeetup.eventbrite.com, there is a crypto class for Hex passive income that we have in the description below. You guys feel free to take a look at that because it's really inexpensive compared to what it's going to cost you to invest, and it will teach no coiners. I don't have time to do the one-on-one anymore. I don't have time to sit down and show people, here's how you create a wallet. Here's the future of money. This is a nascent technology. It's not going away. It's on an S-curve of adoption. So I just send people to this. And if they give me any kind of guff about, oh, it cost me $200 to get started with this, well, then you're probably not a candidate for crypto anyway, because if $200 turns you away, then it's probably not for you. Maybe go buy some penny stocks on your TD Ameritrade platform. But this is really a libertarian stream, guys.
You know how much Doge I can buy from $200?
And he's gone.
Oh, he just got booted. Love it.
So it's funny you say that because I was literally saying goodnight to my son just a minute ago before I came back. And he's playing Roblox, and he's changed his avatar so his head is the Shibu Emu. And I'm like, God dang it, I can't even get away from it at my own house. People that I was in crypto with in 2017 have been through this. And they're calling me the other day, hey, where's the best place to get Doge? And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me with this nonsense, guys. This is ridiculous. Like the meme economy has finally found us.
So Hex is the crypto in the top 10 by market cap that has the least unit bias, right? Because for $200, you can get a fraction of a Bitcoin, or you can get, I mean, Dogecoin is in the top 10, right? And it's over 50 cents. But Hex is the only one that's under $1 other than Dogecoin in the top 10 now.
Not for long.
Cool.
That's for now.
Hey, that's interesting.
Hey, guys. Yeah. I want to go back to the Vegas, keep it with Vegas. I've been following Gregory Mannarino. He actually lives in Vegas. He has a website, traderschoice.net. You could join his chat room, and we could go in there and talk Hex in there. or follow his YouTube channel. But it would be great to see him show up at the event as well. So Gregory Manarino, if you're watching, the Hexicans are coming to your town.
Yeah, and also put on. I like Greg. I really do. I enjoy his work. He also is having a big 4th of July party, and it's open invite. So if you are close to Vegas and want to attend his big 4th of July party, drop him a message, and I'm sure that he would accommodate.
That's the weekend after the Hexican meetup.
Oh, it is after. Okay,
Right.
Okay, well then you can just stay in town then.
Yeah.
Just don't leave. Just stay in Vegas.
When the Hexican meetup starts, or just when people get into Vegas, we should really have people blowing trumpets and just make a big entrance for the Hexicans.
I think you should ride in on a donkey.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, you have to ride on a donkey, and then the people out there need to blow their trumpets because the Hexicans are here. It would be dope. At $1, we can do that.
If the price of Hex keeps going up 20% a day for any more amount of days than it has in the past 10, right? It's been 9 out of the last 10 days. It's gone up 20% every day. So I'm pretty sure anything can be arranged by June 24th.
Anything.
What about if there's any billboards on the strip? If we could see about getting
they're gonna change the jumbotron wherever we go to show Hex.
Okay.
Like on Fremont Street with the whole
Fremont is amazing.
block long canopy.
Are you
Viva
serious?
Vision. Yeah,
What's a
like
jumbotron?
we've got the hookup.
What's a jumbotron? Dutch Wookiees, man. Dutch Wookiees.
Shut up, man. Just explain me what it is.
It's a giant TV, but it's literally a canopy across the whole street.
Yeah, it's a TV screen. It's like a block long.
Yeah.
It's huge.
They play like shows and stuff.
Explain to me what a TV is. I don't know.
You're looking at
thing that's been lying to you your whole life.
I'm from Europe. I don't know. But that's cool. Nice.
Well, cool, Maddie. I hope I can get. I'm getting a T-shirt made that we could put on the jumbotron. It's a Hex T-shirt that has a Matrix theme to it. I'm getting it printed right now. I'll send you a picture of it when I get it.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Cap.
Well,
wake up!
I think that what has happened here is that there has been like 24/7 live streaming for the last week straight, and we have gotten nowhere with any of it. And everybody's been waiting for Richard to make some type of an announcement or some type of anything today. I think today was the day that we were all expecting it, right? And we're all sitting here.
I'm not expecting anything, man. No expectations.
Yeah, okay.
And he's gone.
I'm trying my best here, guys.
So I mean, it's just been one of those weeks. It's been like, okay, we're here. Are we going to hear something this week? And we just haven't.
I'm relieved. I'm actually relieved that Richard put out a tweet saying he couldn't live stream because he wanted to go to sleep. Let the guy sleep.
That was 2 days ago, though. So he's had 2 days to sleep.
And he did make a tweet today about the futility of time travel. So time to do a live stream.
Yeah.
Do you want to decipher the one that's about gold production and Bitcoin production? Do you think that was only about Bitcoin? Do you think that has anything to do with Pulse game theory?
I think it has to do with Pulse game theory since it's a completely deflationary coin, since there's going to be a max limited supply with a fee burning mechanism. So there's going to be the coin supply is going to be burnt over time with no inflation versus Bitcoin where there's inflation every time there's a block mine. So I think it was exactly that. It was pointing out the validity of a new chain that's going to have automatic price appreciation tools built into it.
Well, it's a narrative inside the gold silver communities in general about you don't really know how much silver is out there until price rises, and how much comes out of the ground versus comes out of the off of the necks and wrists and jewelry of grandpa and grandma that comes back into a recycle. So it's kind of an interesting tweet that he made, that even though it was just, I think it was disguised to approach the Bitcoin people, it was in my opinion more about the possible structure of Pulse. Just guessing.
Just guessing.
Richard doesn't often promote like other things.
Right.
It's the message to other populations to hear the message. It's like that technique where you want someone that's standing beside you to hear what you tell the guy right in front of you. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, he doesn't waste words.
We also don't waste words. This stream is really dead.
It really is. I was trying to pull up an infographic for you guys, but
hey, I know
I've heard it all this week.
Yeah,
and
I know
I've heard it
everyone
all, and
here.
I don't want to start doing more speculation. I'm done with all of the speculation.
Yeah,
I'll speculate.
Yeah,
So-
you speculate. What do you want
So I
to
think
Yeah,
that
you will,
I think that this is part of Richard's genius plan to
Here we go.
stop whales from getting in. And so what he does, he's setting this up so we all thought it was going to be today, but then there's so much uncertainty. Well, where's the price sell off? I don't see it, right? And so this is just showing how strong this idea is and how strong the belief is. We got hundreds of people watching our streams, thousands watching the replays, and everybody's pumped. Everybody's putting money into Hex because either they understand that Hex is where it's at or they're wanting to speculate on Pulse. But either way, I think we could have seen this coming. I mean, trying to scare off whales, it's no easy task. But Richard, that's what he did with Hex. That's why all of us regular people got in. And so that's my speculation, that this is all part of a master plan.
Well, and I think it's real challenging in general, because what we see quite a bit is that, like, people like the early adopters who really get in early, it's crazy that people wait to the like one of the highest points. Like, Bitcoin's a perfect example where it was pumped up so much, and then people started buying on the real high side, and I do the same thing in regards to my primary industry that I'm in, and that's cannabis, and I tell everyone, I'm like, listen, it's not for everyone, right? I mean, there are people who are THC intolerant and everything else like that, and I kind of echo that same sentiment getting into the cryptocurrencies and that evolving. I think that, full disclosure, there's risk associated with it, right? And I think that we have a dual responsibility to share that it's not for everyone. That to understand that, like, when you look at some of the top performing cryptos, there's so much institutional money that's moving into those Bitcoin, and there's hedge funds, and they can take margin very easily, and they're happy to take margin at 6-7%, and it's easy for them to do that when they're talking about millions of dollars. And when you actually look at the amount of wallets that are out there in terms of Bitcoins and everything, it's very isolated in terms of the massive amount of dollars that are ported into very limited wallets versus individual users. Mm-hmm. So on an individual basis, it's a lot more institutional money that can impact that, and you don't want to be caught up in that. So when institutional money decides to pull profit and to take their gains, and then you're left there with nothing, you can get slaughtered, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that I take it really with a great responsibility to understand to people that, that we can't necessarily paint with such a broad brush that it's all, to the sky, to the limits and everything, that there's risk associated with it. And every individual needs to measure their risk accordingly. They need to decide that. It can't be us saying, hey, yeah, do this and that. They need to decide individually. Is it 1% of their assets? Is it 2 or 3% of that? And then to understand that, like, when you see like people like Elon Musk, who are really, for the most part, like if it were any of us doing what Elon is doing, we would be investigated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. they would come knocking on our door and saying, what are you doing? You just pumped up Bitcoin and you poured all that money into it, and somehow you probably took profits rolled out before you said, well, I've done my investigation and Bitcoin is not very eco-friendly, and I demand a carbon tax to compensate that. You know what? Screw you, Elon. I don't care if you're on Saturday Night Live. I don't care if you build a rocket ship to take people wherever you want to go. You know, he's like, again, if he was one of us, he would be investigated by the Security and Exchange Commission for pumping and dumping and what he's doing. So don't get, for those that are tuning in, don't get caught up in that. You have to assess, do your due diligence on your part, research, listen to what's going on, but don't be late in the game. Get in where you can get on a price point that's going to be beneficial for you, where you see the upside of the opportunity of things, not when something is being pumped up so much by the institutional money and you're putting your funds at risk. And I just say that, not that I'm holier than thou or anything like that, but I just feel a sense of responsibility because I don't want to see people get hurt through this, right? I don't want to see people say, hey, you know what? I just took my life savings, or there was one story where some individual person took their deposit on a home. They were planning on buying a home and they took their deposit on a home and they put it on Bitcoin. And it wasn't just Bitcoin, but it was a scam Elon site. It was a scam. Yes. Send your Bitcoin here, and I'll send you twice as much. Bingo. Yeah, 9,000 pounds.
You kind of deserve to get wrecked, though, if you.
You know what though, Markable? Nobody deserves to get wrecked.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. Some people deserve to. Scammers deserve to get wrecked, and people that don't do any research in a completely new technology kind of deserve to get wrecked. And I'm not saying that if you get wrecked, you have less chance to get wrecked the next time. And so you're an idiot anyways to put in your house right away when you don't understand anything of what you're doing.
Yeah, they FOMO'd in.
So then you just got wrecked a little bit harder than the rest. But everyone here got wrecked in 2017, and everyone learned from it, and everyone understood, all right, now I have to put on my big boy bands, and now I have to make sensible choices. And so getting wrecked is good.
I have circumstantial evidence that the SEC secretly forced Elon Musk to smoke weed. Okay. And I do. Okay. So if you remember, there was a point in time when Tesla was the most shorted company in the world, right? And Elon was furious about this, right? And so he crafted a tweet against his company's permission, against the law. He crafted a tweet and said, I'm taking the company private. And that pumped the price of Tesla by 20% at the time, right? Yeah. And that was they were going to remove him from the company. But then he showed up on Joe Rogan the next week, smoked weed, and the price of Tesla stock fell back to where it should have been.
And CJ brought up a good point that Elon proved to the world that he's not on our side with his tweet that he said it's time for a carbon tax. Elon could go kick rocks.
Yeah, don't say anything about a tax around King. He will come at you sideways, bitch.
I think taxes need to go up. Please don't take this stream down.
Good. Take it you live in the EU. Right. Thanks, Toby Wan, for the $9.99. So, guys, this long-awaited Hexaco music video drops on 5/21/21.
Yeah.
So, I like what Dollar Cost has to say. Just buy some, stake some, and go party. So that's the beauty of Hex. You don't have to watch.
Yeah, that's really what it's been. I mean, we haven't had to do anything with our crypto. We got it, we staked it, and we've just been streaming for a year and a half. I mean, we haven't had to do anything, and it's making gains. Just strong hands. Leave it alone.
I like Hex. Hex is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys don't need to listen to a billionaire that wants to go to Mars telling you to buy a meme coin. The guy's not on your side. Your financial interests are not his interests. So
he was horrible on that Saturday Night Live thing. That was horrible. That was
I have no idea.
utterly
Don't even watch it.
pitiful performance.
It's American TV, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, here we
Yeah,
go
so
again.
it's
Jeez, just
Yes.
I don't want to listen to his fucking.
Andy's
just
gone.
freaking- garbage coming out of his mouth all the time, just like falls out of his mouth all over his beard every time.
The
He
White
just,
Walker Wookiee.
It's funny
You
you're
guys are-
talking about garbage because that's how I see your country, like a burning dumpster fire.
You guys are probably too young to remember this, but it's like the Gong Show, but there's no gong. He's just Gong. It's like
I'm gone.
The unknown comic was the best. Dude,
it's okay, Mark. Well, everybody's anti-American these days. It's all right.
Yeah,
It's
even Americans.
fashionable.
And that's
It's
funny.
fashionable to be
Keeping it real.
anti-American.
Yeah.
It's like cool.
I,
It's
I,
the cool thing to
I
do.
think I started the hype.
Sure you did.
Yeah, I think I started that trend.
I think it started
also-
before you were born.
I'm also Satoshi, just so you know.
okay.
So yeah, pay some respect, dude.
Could somebody grant me that kick feature, please, just for a minute?
The what?
The kick feature.
No, I'm just playing.
Oh
man.
no, the kick feature.
So-
Oh yeah, everyone
so-
kicks me around.
He gets kicked around.
I mean, if we're not going to listen to Elon, the billionaire, right, that is always double crossing people with dog coins and pumping and dumping Bitcoin, maybe we could listen to a Bitcoin billionaire named Richard who creates 750-page self-help books and saves us from all these high fees on Ethereum, and is all around a super genius who does 8-hour live streams and answers all of our questions. Should we listen to him?
Richard's not a corporate welfare queen like Elon. He gets a bunch of taxpayer money.
Yeah.
Well, all of us have listened to Richard. All of us have. That's why we're all here, because we took value in what he had to say. From those of us who have read his book, to those of us who have just watched streams or listened to his crypto advice. The reason I think a lot of us even got pulled into Richard's culture or the information that he was putting out there was because of his call in 2017 at the 2018 crash. He called the top, and we were all stunned, and it happened. So it dipped, and it was like, oh, okay, well, this guy really does have something good to say then, and before I knew it, you were listening, hanging on everything that he said, and as far as cryptocurrencies go. And then for those of you who have read his book, you can get a whole bunch of knowledge and wisdom from that guy if you do read his book. If you go to t.me/SciVibe, right? SciVibe. You can actually get the book. Get the book for free there, which is cool stuff. Cool stuff. He knows a little bit about everything, from why you got hair on your ass to, how to pick up women. And I mean, that's up to you if you want to take advice from Richard on that one, but all kinds of other stuff in there. Just tons of freaking information.
I found Richard when the Bitcoin Cash fork was there, and I was like, I have no idea what to listen to. I have no idea what this is, and then he told me to sell it, and then the price went up, and I was like, I need to buy it again, and then the price went down, and I sold again, and then the price went up like 2x, and I was like an idiot, so I got wrecked, and it was amazing because now I know better. But he was constantly just talking the truth, not necessarily the price, but the narrative truth, like Bitcoin Cash is trash. And he's been doing that for years. Like, he's always just honest, and it doesn't matter if it's a negative, or it doesn't matter if it puts him at a disadvantage. He does things properly, and that's also why I started to follow Hex, because he does shit properly, and kind of attracted a lot of people in the community, I think, and it built a lot of trust, like genuine trust, not, oh, we trust this guy because he buys. That's stupid. But he actually does stuff, and he puts his money where his mouth is, and There are not a lot of people like that, I think, and yeah, so pretty cool.
So Captain RG3 has said this in the past, but he's one of those guys you listen to, and he's been consistent after hours and hours and hours of streaming. You can tell that the guy is genuine in his beliefs. He's never faltered, never promoted a scam, tried to save people from scams. And it was the jockey that we were really trusting in. And then we saw the code, and then we saw the way that this thing performs. And we said, I'm all in. At least most of us here on the stream said, I'm all in. And so at that point in time, there's been no looking back. And now he's got a new project coming. And I don't see how, with his track record, you'd be foolish enough to not participate.
Yeah, so I wouldn't bet against him, because
never.
He's the thing that has surprised me most over this last year plus with the launch of Hex is the fact that I haven't seen him have to walk anything back or say he was wrong. And I've seen him go up against some very smart people in the crypto space. And outside the crypto space, he's talked to some very smart people, and I haven't seen him wrong. And that's like, because you look, it's all on video. We can go back and look at the record and say, okay, well, he said this here, and he was full of shit here. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen where he's been wrong. And that's amazing, because for somebody to spend so much time in this space talking to so many people, and to not have been wrong on some issues is a feat. But I think because he's focused on Hex and what he's doing, and he understands crypto and he understands finance, and what he's built is right. So I think that's why he's been so right. So to bet against him on this Pulse launch would be foolish. We all know when we picked him as the as the jockey or whatever, he was the horse in our race as far as Hex goes. We know we all did really well, and I think that Pulse is only going to be the same. I mean, and even if it doesn't do like phenomenally well, it's still going to help and pump Hex like a motherfucker.
I was going to say to your guys' points that Michael Saylor put out a tweet last week, I think it was, and said, what percentage of Bitcoiners have done 200 hours of learning about Bitcoin? And that was the highest level that people said. I don't know if you guys realize, but as soon as I saw that, I counted up the number of hours that Richard has on his channel. A lot of us have seen nearly all of his content. He has 302 hours on his channel educating us.
Did you really
Bitcoin.
count that, Maddie?
Yeah, I did.
That's funny. That's great. I love it. I'm glad you went and did the research for it, though. And that doesn't even include how many countless hours it took him to write his 2 books, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, think about those things, too, and just the thoughts of those things. Plus, he studied under Tony Robbins in his methods, so the self-help guru. So,
and plus the tweets.
What's that?
Plus all the tweets, all the time that it takes to read all those tweets.
Absolutely. So Bree, are you familiar at all with Richard Hart?
I mean, I've actually messaged him to see if he wanted to do a music video, but no, I mean, not much, really.
Have you watched much of his content? Any of his self-help stuff?
Not really, just briefly.
Catch his next live stream that he does. I'm hoping it's this weekend, but catch his next live stream.
Sure.
He's just so full of gems, and you can ask him anything in the chat, and he'll, once he's done disseminating his information, he will go through the chat and he will answer your questions. So, do you have any questions about Richard himself?
He probably has the most hexes, right? Hex coins.
We don't know for sure if it's him or an African priest, but I'm pretty confident he's got his hand in this giant pile of hex that is the OA address. So
yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing, because we know that he owns billions of dollars of Bitcoin and billions of dollars of Ethereum, and he said he likes Hex the best, which makes me think that he's not going to sell that ever. That's one of the cool things about Hex is that we know that so much of the supply, it's never going to see the light of day. But big whales, they think that they get scared off by that. They think that he could dump on them, but why would he dump on us? He wouldn't, because he has so many other coins that he doesn't like as much. That's my opinion.
Bree, have you heard of Pulse, the new project that's being developed? Have you heard anything about that?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we were talking earlier amongst ourselves about, looking forward to Richard live streaming. Basically, Pulse Chain is a mirror of the Ethereum network that will allow people who hold ERC20s to transact for pennies compared to the current level of fees. And we're going to experience what is called a sacrifice phase for 30 days, which will allow people the opportunity to acquire the Pulse token before it's available to the public. So if you're interested in new projects that haven't been released yet, if you go on Telegram and go to pulsechain.com, there's more information there than you can shake a stick at. There's an audio chat room. There's all kinds of dialogue going on there among people. I mean, that could satisfy your curiosity for a long time if you're curious about it.
Wow. Could you put it in the description or something?
Let me
we'll put it in the private chat there.
Yeah. Someone typed it in private chat for.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can ask questions on there. I mean, I believe some of the developers even participate on there. So it's like, it's a wealth of information. And like I said, it's like being able to buy stock in a corporation that hasn't gone public yet. So
yeah, it really is.
Ethereum went from 15 cents to $4,000, and Pulse is designed to be an improved version of Ethereum. So, you can consider the potential markup that could eventually come from that.
Do you own any ERC20s on Ethereum? You don't have to say what they are, how many you have, but do you have any?
Me? No.
Yes, you do. You have none. Okay. If you
only have Bitcoin?
Yeah, she has Bitcoin.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was asleep before you joined, so I don't really know who you are.
Do you have an Ethereum wallet so that you can get donations of Hex?
Oh, okay. A wallet on. Okay.
Just a MetaMask wallet or something on Chrome.
Yeah. If you get a MetaMask wallet, yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I just joined.
So the reason why I ask is at the time of the Pulse fork, any ERC20s or ETH itself that you are holding, you will get a copy of on the new Pulse network that he's creating. It's going to be a faster, cheaper way to transact. So it's like Ethereum, but faster and cheaper.
Wow. Okay. So just go to
MetaMask.io.
Do not Google that, please.
Yeah, don't Google it. Just go to MetaMask.io.
Yeah, go directly to MetaMask.io. There's fake MetaMask.
So many scams out there.
Yep.
We put a link in the private chat.
Yep.
So do you know? So from what I'm hearing right now, do you only know about Bitcoin, or what's the deal? Are you new in the crypto space, or what's your story?
Yeah, I'm pretty new. I'm just trying to get as much information as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I know more about Bitcoin than the other altcoins.
Yeah.
Which is already a lot more than most people. So
yeah, agreed.
Have you seen Robert Breedlove's different series that he's done lately, Bree?
I don't think so.
He did a series with Michael Saylor that was like 9 hours long. Robert Breedlove.
Wow.
And then he just...
Wow. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, and then he just did one with Jeff Booth. He when he went on Robert Kiyosaki, he didn't explain Ethereum very well, and so But he's got a lot of good points about Bitcoin and about economics. It's really interesting to see all the Bitcoiners that know so much about Bitcoin, about the economy, about everything, but they don't know about Hex. And so,
yeah, unfortunately.
But they will. They will. I like to say there's two types of people in the world: those that already appreciate Hex and those that will.
That's definitely a good
Hexing
one.
it up. It's hexing it up.
So, do you want to learn more about other things than Bitcoin then, or are you just seeing what's happening?
Or have they gotten their maxi claws into you, Bree? Is that's what they're asking? Are you a Bitcoin maximalist?
No, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? I guess.
I don't think so. I mean, I hold and have a strong hand, but I just want to know more about the other world.
Well, that means that you're open. That's good. That's good, because a lot of Bitcoiners aren't open to the altcoin world. It's like the bad alley in crypto to the maximalist anyway. They don't like going over the dark side.
Which is really funny because they have the unaudited, spaghetti code, unmodulated, inflation bug-ridden tech, old school tech that's like Betamax to our YouTube streaming now. So
you're flooding her bags, man. You're flooding her bags right there in front of her. Like,
but I hope at the same time, I hope Bitcoin goes to the moon. So
of course.
I've got nothing against Bitcoin other than the fact that it is just an old lazy technology that has not been updated and all the developers left. So I would love to see something better.
You guys have heard the term
it's
Bitcoin
almost
maximalist, right? So another term is Bitcoin maximalish, and I think that's what Bree could be.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Well, she's obviously vested in Bitcoin, so that makes anybody. I mean, you like your bag. Period. End of story. You got to like your bag, right? I mean, it's your bag.
I'm not saying get rid of it. I'm not saying get rid of it by any means.
It should be way bigger.
The lady made a freaking viral video about Bitcoin, so she's already done well. She's done more in the space than
really
we have.
Oh,
yeah,
I've missed.
Yeah,
that,
Markable. She's got how many views did you get? How many views did you get on your video?
650,000.
Where? What video?
On Twitter.
She did the Michael Saylor video, the Bitcoin Michael Saylor video. She danced and did
I haven't seen that.
A Michael Saylor rap.
Can we put a link in the private chat?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll put it there.
Let's get some more views on it.
Yeah.
I'll give you my one view.
Watch it twice, Markable. Watch it twice.
I'll give you 2 views.
Yeah.
Markable's like, God damn, I've never gotten 650K views on anything that I've ever done.
Dude, yesterday I got 2,000, so I'm okay.
You're like, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really hard to get a viral
Yeah,
video.
just at some point you just it is probably not the first video you made, right? Or is it?
It was the first video she made.
Well,
really?
it was the first music
that's
video.
dope.
That's
pretty
video.
dope. Nice.
Nice.
Then you're what do you do? Dance?
Yeah, I dance and sing, and basically dance and sing and exercise, do exercise videos, fitness
Do
videos.
the exercise videos get 600K?
Not really.
At some point, maybe.
Mostly the music videos get the most views.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So I guess so Bree, the what's cool is that you're open, and what's happening here is that the altcoin world is actually where the technology is moving to. Unfortunately, because Bitcoin holders, let's face it, people have a lot vested in their Bitcoin bags. There's a lot of people with a lot of Bitcoin out there. So to keep money from flowing out of it, and into the altcoin world, there's this narrative that's come up, Bitcoin maximalism, like nothing else is as good as Bitcoin. Stay away from everything else. It's just going to hurt you. Don't look over there. Don't go over to the dark side. That kind of narrative is kind of permeated crypto. And for reasons that they shouldn't, because these are technology people. I mean, we're all in crypto because of a technology, and technology is supposed to move forward. And you're supposed to have new innovative things happen in this crypto space. And as they started to happen, the whole thing got kind of circumvented by money and speculation, and traders got involved and nefarious actors got involved. And then the camps started popping up and they started going to war with each other. And so we had this whole maximalism thing happening. So it would behoove of you as somebody who's new to the space to continue to, holding Bitcoin, I think, is a good thing. I think that people who hold Bitcoin are always going to do well.
Richard holds Bitcoin.
A lot of people hold Bitcoin, and there is nothing wrong with it. I think it's a good hedge. It's a good hold. It's just like, holding anything else. I mean, I have other assets too. But if you're going to move forward in technology and you're going to actually capitalize on the beginning stages of this new technology that is crypto, then you're going to want to get in higher appreciating assets. Think about your Bitcoin. What's it going to take for your Bitcoin to 2x? Your Bitcoin sitting there at $50,000 right now. It's going to have to go to 100 to 2x. Well, Hex, all it has to do is go up 5 pennies and it 2x's, and go up 10 more pennies and then it 4x's, and we start seeing it rise a lot faster. So Hex going to $1 is a lot easier than Bitcoin going to $1 million, and the financial energy that it takes to do so.
It'll take a slow path. You mean it'll take a slower path?
It takes a lot more financial energy to move something like Bitcoin than it does to move something like Hex.
So Tesla bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin and the price didn't move. That just shows you how much financial energy it takes to really move the price of Bitcoin.
And what did we look at? I think Hexologist posted it this morning. I think it was it 27 million to take it to $1? Was that what the price was?
I think that's about right. Yep. Because that takes us
so 27
from here.
So 27 million. Is that what it is? Somewhere around there? I think there's a tool.
Wrong. I gotta go look for it.
Last week.
Hexo put one up this morning. He put it up on
it was 27 million for it to go to $1.
27 million for it to go to $1. Yeah, sometimes the old guy has a decent memory. So 27 million to go to $1, and 1.5 billion didn't even move the price, right? 1.5 billion dollars didn't even move the price of Bitcoin. But it did create a lot of FOMO. But but 27 million to take a bag of yours from 5 pennies to $1 is huge. That is huge for holders. So you got to look at it that way. Getting into new emerging technologies and getting into technologies that are, Hex just does Bitcoin better than Bitcoin does Bitcoin. Hex is, you can actually stake it. It has a contract, an immutable contract connected to it. It's an ERC20 token, so it can do that. Bitcoin can't do that. So you're in the right place and looking at the right things at the right time, because it's not by chance that you ended up on this stream. Oh, yes. Extremely early.
When was Hex created, by the way?
It just launched a little over a year ago. In
December 2nd of 2019.
2019, yeah.
Wow.
It's literally a year and a half, 18 months ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what price did we start out at? How many Satoshis was it when we started?
We dropped one Satoshi.
It dropped all the way to 1 Satoshi.
Below
it literally dropped below, but the exchanges can't show that. So
Yeah.
because I don't even think we were on Uniswap at that time.
No.
No. That was during the day one FOMO.
Yeah.
And then right after. So literally, being a Satoshi or under, all the way up to a nickel in the last, year and few months. So that's the kind of gains that you can see in a new project or in a new product. And that's another thing. We've got a complete product, Bree. It's not a lot of these coins that you're going to find out there. A lot of these things that are altcoins are promise coins. They're promising something. They're going to do something for you later. They're going to add this feature later, or they're going to be able to do this later. And for some of them, later never comes. And I'm talking about some of the big names. There's big name cryptos out there that are still promising their communities that they're going to launch shit. What's that?
Bitcoin's one of them. They're trying to get Lightning Network going for the last 3 years. It's never
and that's the other thing. Those things are, built on top of Bitcoin, and they're not even part of Bitcoin. They're just other communities trying to bring things to Bitcoin to unfuck it, and they can't. They haven't been able to do that, at all. There it is.
Oh, is this Bitcoin?
So this is from yesterday, showing how much liquidity there is on the automated market maker, the decentralized exchange, right? And so it doesn't take much at all. It takes only $20 million to 10x the price, $83 million to 100x the price.
Oof.
And that's not a lot of money in crypto. Let's be honest.
What would a $1.5 billion buy do to Hex?
Dude, we'd be like a $15 Hex. Something stupid.
I don't know. Let me try.
Probably more than 1,000x because it's a function of a square. So
yep, it is a function of a square.
Didn't Richard say something about one of those X's would put us at number 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It was was it times 26 now would get us?
No, it would have to.
Let me see.
Well, it would have to. It'd have to exceed $1 by quite a long shot. Yeah, I think we're closer to. I think that 100x at 83 million would put us above.
No, it's a 26.5x would put us on Bitcoin's market cap.
There you go.
30x.
30x.
All right. You're all right. Cool. 30x is fine as well.
30x will be number 1.
I can live with 30x.
Wow.
And then can go way higher than Bitcoin. Like,
yeah,
Bree, you have to think about what I heard you say about the that Bitcoin is taking a longer way. Well, yeah, that's true, and it's probably still a good play to be in Bitcoin. But you have to think about what is the end result of Bitcoin. Like, where is Bitcoin finally going? And if it already takes so much economic energy to go to X right now, for example, where can it go, right? So what kind of price do you think would be the ultimate Bitcoin? Do you have any thoughts on that? Have you thought about that?
Oh, like the all-time high?
Yeah, what do you think would be like crazy all-time Bitcoin?
Oh my gosh. Like 100.
Don't be irrational. Just
100.
Don't be rational.
Irrational.
100 million or something.
100 million.
Per
All right.
Bitcoin.
Probably more than that. Yeah.
More than that.
Okay, $1 billion.
100 million? Why do you say that?
Because it was a $1 trillion market cap really fast, like faster than the big companies. So I think it's gonna go up to 100K pretty soon.
Yeah, but that's just a 2x, and then you're already at 2 trillion. So then you're at 100,000, and to get from 100,000 to 100 million. Wait.
Probably like 30 years.
I think maybe the more important question could be,
it's 1,000x.
Maybe the
Is
more
it a
important
million?
question could be versus the price going up is the hedge against the dollar. I mean, because we're dealing with two schools of thoughts here, right? We're talking about we're talking about inflationary measures of something that substantially creates a utility to be able to barter, to trade, versus an investment. So it's two different worlds that we're talking about. We're not talking about a unison one thing, and people get involved for different reasons. And I think it's important to differentiate that. We just can't say the price of something. I mean, if we come down to a barter system, when we look at Myanmar or Venezuela with the dollar deflationary things that are occurring, it doesn't matter if things are pegged against the U.S. dollar. What does it matter? It could go up to $1 million, and if the dollar's worth nothing, what does it matter versus a utility token? So I think it's important to differentiate between those things. It's you can't paint with such a broad brush to say, well, what if it goes up to this and that, and not meaning any disrespect at all, Marco, but I think that's something that each individual has.
Well, it's relative, but
it's very relative. It's very relative
as long as it has some value in our economy.
Because if I'm purchasing cryptocurrencies or whatever it is to hedge against a deflationary dollar that's occurring, I'm going to ensure that in the future that has some type of value that can be used as a method of exchange or
see, there's the problem.
Yeah, right. So what
That's
would
the
you
problem.
value a Bitcoin in? Like for now, it's a US dollar, right? Because what are you using otherwise?
We're pegging everything against the dollar. Every measurement that we're talking about against the dollar that's inflationary. So every bit of what Bitcoin has came up is all inflationary.
Yeah, so that's a problem, right?
Absolutely.
But we're still doing it, so it makes sense to gauge the value in it right now. And I'm not for investing in something that doesn't do anything like Bitcoin. Like I'm not for that. That's why I'm investing in Hex, because it actually is something.
It is something. It is something.
No matter if the US dollar goes down in value or we just throw away the US dollar and we value something in something else, Hex will still have its value relative to that other thing that we think about. But like something like Bitcoin could just do nothing all of a sudden because it's what is it? Like you can send it. That's it. And it's really terrible at sending it. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm just talking about the US dollar right now because that's what we're valuing things in, and most people don't even know what crypto is, so they're still getting wrecked on the dollar. Like
and I think again let's think about in this perspective. Is it would you rather buy in on the high side of something of value versus something of a greater potential? So when if a person's buying into Bitcoin right now, you don't know what that high side is, but you're automatically the marginal increase that you can get buying in at that price is so marginal, right? So if you're buying in at 50K, even if you can afford to buy one coin, what risk are you taking versus buying something like Hex that literally could jump leaps and bounds and you could make a significant more it's a significant more opportunity versus something that you so again that's where I was going with the conversation, is that the risk is much more greater buying in at that high of an inflationary price point versus something that's priced where you can get in. The upside is the risk is a lot less associated, and the upside is there's a lot more potential. So that's where I was going with it.
Yeah, and the value. Well, I agree with that, and the value of crypto itself, when not measured against the dollar, when we're looking at it, is a measure of goods and services. So if we're not measuring it to the dollar, how many goods and services could you purchase with it? And right now we peg everything to the dollar. That's relative to what we use. But I agree. Exchange. Yeah, as a method of exchange.
So investing as well.
What's that?
Investment as well, to like purchase something with it. And
I actually hope Hex never becomes a transactional, but rather a store of value and stays that way. Yeah, absolutely. The velocity of money just devalues the money itself. The store of value is much more valuable than the currency itself.
Yeah, and everything's priced in dollars. So if you're going to buy something, use the dollar. Why spend Hex when Hex is going up in value?
Yeah, if your dollar is going to deflate, you need to get it out of your. If there's inflation and your dollar has less buying power every day, you need to get it out of your bank account as quick as possible. You need to either buy the goods and services you need to survive, or you need to buy assets that generate more assets. And that's why I like Hex. It generates me more assets.
I value my wealth in Bitcoin, and I hold Hex, and it only goes up.
Bingo.
Right?
That's
like,
important.
Right? Like, everybody
that just
who sold
doesn't
Hex
happen
early
anymore.
on for Bitcoin, they're doing terribly. Brad Mills, he sold his 8 million Hex for a quarter of a Bitcoin, and now it would be worth $1 million to be staked. He'd have $1 million of Bitcoin today.
Yeah.
He didn't sell it for a quarter of a Bitcoin.
Yeah. Same with BitBoy's little bag he had.
Yeah.
Who's BitBoy?
Yeah, BitBoy.
Nobody.
Never heard of him.
He's some crypto dude.
Dude. I'm joking.
And it's been setting
I'm just not-
new all-time highs for what, the past 4 days in a row, guys?
20%.
All-time highs.
Yeah, 20%. Did you say 20% a day, Maddie?
Yeah, that's what it's been doing.
20% a day. That's phenomenal. But something that KNTX was just saying was, exchanging in the dollar, even if it's inflationary or having like crazy inflation. My opinion is you're always going to be dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you say. There is no alien currency that is going to, be the world's means of exchange. Everything's having trouble right now, not just the dollar. Everyone's like, oh, the dollar sucks. Well, it's all we got, guys.
Yeah.
There is nothing else. It is the dollar.
Well,
But-
hold on.
But getting out,
We
see,
got a
Marco,
euro.
I'll set you down.
I got euros.
Good for you. So what's going to happen here is if you keep your money in an asset that is going to continue to appreciate, such as Hex, cryptocurrencies, and then you move it to spend it into the dollar, then you can beat inflation. You can beat it that way. And I think that more and more human beings are going to start or are starting to see that now, because cryptocurrency is beating inflation and nothing else is. There is no institution out there where you can put your dollars. Look at gold, how horrible gold is performing. And everybody loves gold. Everybody wants to get gold. Everybody, this is your hedge against inflation. This is your hedge against, the dollar. No, the gold has done shitty over the last years. Look at it. What, in 10 years, you're sitting break even right now? That sucks.
Well, if something better didn't come along, then people would be buying gold right now, right? But Bitcoin came along, and then Hex is coming along to that. So it's like the narrative can change if the technology changes.
Yes, and there we go again. The
better.
technology is getting better. It is getting better. It's just even crypto is dragging its feet on moving forward in technology. And that's what needs to happen. And that's what that's the word we're trying to spread, is that, look, technology is changing. Your crypto is getting better, and there's better ways of doing crypto. And here it is, Hex. And now Pulse is coming. It's going to even get better. And, we're going to have to drag the crypto world and the Bitcoin maxis and all them along with us, but they will come, because this is the hedge against inflation, is cryptocurrencies. Nothing else is outperforming cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is outperforming the dollar. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and Hex is outperforming Ethereum. So that's what you need to look at when you're looking at your assets.
So we're not competing against gold. Gold is like not even worth much.
Gold's pretty, but it sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that I don't have some. I'm not going to say that.
It's like
because
jewelry.
I do.
Before the
Did you
Industrial
invest in the
Revolution,
bracelet? Nice. I need to invest in bracelets as well.
Yeah.
gold was the ultimate. Yeah.
What was that, Timmy?
No, yeah.
I was going to say gold was the ideal store of value before the Industrial Revolution, but now that we can, transfer value through the air, literally, it's just a burden, and that's why it's not keeping up with things like crypto.
You know how
it's hard to
heavy gold
keister
is?
a lot of money in gold and cross borders.
Yeah, but you know what those gold bugs are. You know what those gold bugs are going to say though, right? Like,
it's
so
based on nothing.
Those
So
gold
you-
buds will probably die within 10 years. because
So,
of gold.
so and again, because it goes both ways. So then you hear the people that talk about like the gold bugs, the silver bugs are like, well, yeah, but what happens whenever the internet goes out? And you go to barter or something, you can't get connection to your wallet to trade or anything. And you're like, well, here, I want to buy some bread or buy some of your chicken, but I don't have internet connection. So, so getting back to it, and then in fairness, we know that like the derivatives and the paper contracts as it relates to gold and silver has been suppressed for so long. And that's the beauty about cryptos is that it breaks free of all that. It's not the big institutional, the paper contracts, the derivatives that have manipulated the price for so long. But at the same time, be wary, because much like Bitcoin, you see institutional money moving in. You see the contracts, the ETFs, everything that are being created. I think the perfect example of I think we've gone batshit Bitcoin crazy or crypto crazy is this new thing. Did you guys see this in the news about this internet computer token
This
that was
ICP
created?
shot
Did
up
you guys
to
already
number
discuss
9
that?
market spot.
Did you guys already discuss this?
In like
I think we've reached peak crypto stupidity.
What's an internet
is with
computer?
ETFs, and then also this cryptocurrency that was created. It's called Internet Computer, and this coin was developed. This coin was developed by Definity Foundation, a nonprofit in Zurich, Switzerland, and the cryptocurrency. It literally debuted at a price of $731, dropped down to $146, and they have an initial total market capitalization of $34.6 billion.
Nomics is actually more precise. They're at $37.48 billion.
Like I said, like all institutional money is looking for some place to run right now. It's just. It's like, how do I get out of the stock market?
Well, why would you want to be in stocks when there's no earnings behind the actual valuations of these stocks?
Well, it's so rigged. Like it's all stock buybacks and everything else with corporations. So
exactly right. Yeah, that's all a house of cards.
Top of the bubble right now.
Right.
Housing market is like top signal like crazy right now. I've seen this happen before out here in California, and it is happening right now. It is about to just freaking tank. And it is way too topped out, So these things are happening, and then the hedge is going to be cryptocurrencies. It is going to be cryptocurrencies, and there's
Hex is going to be it. Like the rest is just going to be like.
I
That's
like
probably
your,
gonna happen.
I like your thoughts.
Do you like my technical analysis? Like,
love it.
That's a good
I'm going to use
analysis.
that. I'm going to use
Thank
that.
you. Thank you for your fundamentals.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm here to provide the quality. Quality
I bring
inside.
the quality.
You bring the boomer side. I bring the.
Cut him out again. Cut him.
He said boomer again.
I said boomer again, and I'm proud of it. Yeah. So
I just have one thing to say, CJ. To back up my stack, my secondary asset to back up my stack is not gold, but it's very, very similar in its elemental composite, and it's lead, and I got a lot of it. Because that right there will become like currency if I ever get into a bartering
Wasn't
situation.
it wood?
That's if you decide to either go John Galt or John Wick. It's up to you. So if you go John Wick, you're going to need that lead. If you go John Galt, you're going to need to be able to take your cryptocurrency across lines without carrying gold and silver. So you're going to need that portability of cryptos.
Just got to get that seed phrase tattooed on your ass.
That's a bad idea.
So you don't forget it.
That's a bad idea. What, you got too many people looking at your ass there, Markable?
Yes.
Well,
I
have an OnlyFans account. If anyone wants to watch it,
I ain't an OnlyFans.
My face isn't the only thing that has a beard.
I doubt that.
You can see it on my OnlyFans. Just pay me an X. I'll do anything. Just pay me t-shirts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Boy. Oh,
or not.
That's better than lead.
Hey,
I
Markable,
don't
someone
think
in the Rogue chat just said, fact check, there are no boomers up in here.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Goddamn Wookiee kids.
Do we have any new Jedi videos? That last time I was in here,
We
you guys had that
should.
really cool animated Jedi video that you guys
Oh, yeah.
created. Are
And
there
we
any
got to
new
be
ones?
careful. Every time we click the button to play a video, we end up in trouble.
We always
my
end
bad.
up getting taken down.
My bad. I shouldn't have went there then.
We got in trouble for that one.
But that video was pretty kick-ass. I like that one.
It was nice. It was cool. It was
I won't
cool.
play
have a
this one
video.
with I won't play this one with the music, but because it's all disco music, it'll get us in trouble. But this is a new one. This is a new one with a lot of us here. Hold on.
Get your dance ready, Bree. We're going to do disco dance.
That's right. We're gonna disco it up, Bree. You ready? All right.
Just mute the audio and we'll just sing. We'll make up words.
No, don't sing. Just mute yourself.
Mute yourself.
Bree, you can sing, but the rest just mute yourself. I don't trust you.
No, I don't even want to sing. I'm like tired.
Yeah, you can sing the Tire song. Do you know the Tire song?
The
There's
Tire
no-
song?
Yeah, I don't think there's one. But you can make one and then get like 1 million views.
Hey, so Bree, we're literally gonna get you together with one of our guys that does our rap. He does rap and he does videos and he said he'd team up with you and put something together for
Wow.
Hex if you're down for it.
Wow. Yeah. Of course.
Cool.
You'll get like 20,000 views. I can't promise any more than that. but
He's really good. He's really good. He's really good. His production is freaking phenomenal.
Cool.
Here you go. Here you go, guys. This is fairly new. So
Wait, you're going to show it dance without music?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
yeah, I don't want to get a copyright strike. Sorry, bro.
Beatbox. Markable start beatbox.
Yeah, but it loses all of its freaking entertainment value, bro.
Oh, I didn't share with audio.
Is that Kareem right there?
Hey, yeah,
Bree's even dancing.
Taking a Hex.
This is so bad. I cannot believe we're doing this right now.
Welcome to the Friday Night Show. The FM Hangout Discourse Syndicate. Welcome.
I don't know if you ever saw. Did you see the one that really got us in trouble was the 10 Commandments? They did the remake of the 10 Commandments with the Hexican Nation. That one really. That's the one that really got us in trouble.
We've got a lot of meme videos, Bree. If you do a search and you get to know, some of our Twitter feeds, we have a lot of fun.
So Hexagade, mad props to Hexagade, and mad props for JFK666. If you find those guys on Twitter, you can find probably 15 different videos split up with the Hexican faces on them. So,
Whoa. Yeah.
All right.
What? Oh, you're on? Okay.
No, go ahead, Markable.
Oh. I just wanted to ask Bree if there's anything you wanted to get out of the show. What's that? And have you gotten it? Or can we give you some answers or whatever?
I'm not really sure what the supply is for Hex, and I know that Bitcoin is only
It's
going to
big.
be 21 million.
So scarcity. So you're interested in scarcity.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things to say about that, but I won't bring up half of them. I do want to ask you, though, how much of the supply you think you'll ever own? Because 90% of it's in like 3,000 wallets.
Not very much. I mean, I'll have I think I'll have one whole Bitcoin, and maybe 2 Bitcoin. I don't have a whole Bitcoin yet. I have like almost half.
Good for you. That's good.
So there's only 11 million T shares in existence, and that can fluctuate a little bit, but we don't expect it to ever really go over 12 million. So it's about twice as rare as Bitcoin if you look at the T shares that we talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So just in full disclosure, I know you had asked earlier, and I don't think it was caught, but the actual supply of Hex is about 570 billion, and there's a 3.69% inflation rate every year. But that inflation is only paid to the stakers, so it's a delayed inflation since the average staker is staked for 5 years. So you won't see most of that inflation for the next 5 years come out for about 5 years. And so, and it doesn't matter. See, this is what's funny about it's still got a scarcity in the way that there's only so much that the population can get their hands on. But I think where the folly of the Bitcoin thought of its scarcity being so small, I think where the folly is in that is that there's, as long as demand is always outpacing the supply, price will always go up, regardless of what your circulating supply is. Yeah. So, and there's no way possible on this planet, unless the miners decide to start running a different EXE file, that there will ever be enough Bitcoin for everyone in the world to own one. So
wow,
that makes you an elitist if you're the one of the few that has a Bitcoin.
Hey everyone, I need to sign out. It was always a blast, always lots of fun. So
CJ,
much peace and love to all of you, and I look forward to the next chat, and then also King. I will get that scheduled over on Rogue News so that we can get some of the Hexicans to join us over there. But this was live stream tonight there. I figured it was the least I could do, but it's always a pleasure and honor to be with you guys. So thank you so much.
Yeah, man. It's definitely our pleasure. You guys catch him on. He's always after my show on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. So what time are you guys at? What
11 a.m. Eastern.
Steal your stuff, man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So catch us over on roguenews.com. Multitude of platform. We discuss everything ranging from geopolitical, geoeconomical. We have a significant amount more guests who are much more talented than I am in terms of speaking about things that are happening, and truly blessed to have such a great community, including those that are here tonight. So much love to you all, and look forward to our next conversation. Yeah, go ahead.
CJ, what about your edibles? Show that.
Yep.
So I'm in the cannabis industry. So if you can go to mycbedibles.com. So we have everything from Delta 8, which is basically the same THC properties as Delta 9. So we have tinctures, we have edibles, and if you enter the code ROGUE at checkout, it'll get you 20% discount. And thank you, King, for allowing me to share the work that I do there. So appreciate it.
Right on.
CJ, thanks for broadcasting us on your stream also.
Yeah, and the next time that we do this, we'll have some of the Hexicans on our channel, and a whole hour dedicated to everything Hex, so that way our listeners can learn about what you guys are doing. And much love to you guys all. So be safe.
All right,
you too.
All right, be safe. Take care. All right, good night.
Yep.
Good night.
Take care.
Wait, so the supply, did you actually get an answer, Bree?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Nice. If there's
I'm gonna have to sign out as well.
All right,
yeah, we're finishing this stream.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
But very cool. Very cool learning about not only Hex but crypto in general.
Cool.
Yeah, if you need anything, just let us know.
Yeah,
are you on Telegram? Are you kind of new on Telegram, or?
Yeah. Shill your stuff. Shill your stuff.
I'm on Telegram. Yeah. It's t.me/BreeFitDance.
Mm-hmm.
And
the same on Twitter, right?
I'm BreeFitDance on everything.
BreeFitDance on everything.
Easy. All right. Cool.
Yep. Okay. And catch some Richard streams. Catch some of his self-help stuff.
Yeah. Go to Richard Hart. Is it .win or is it Richard Hart .com over there? It's .com, right? And check him out on the YouTubes.
Yep, Crypto
All
King
right,
will
King.
follow
We
up
need to
with
get
you.
her in touch with
Freddie Quotes.
Freddie Quotes.
Yep.
So that Freddie's like, yeah, he's down
Oh,
for
Or
it.
Corey the Investor.
Yeah.
Right.
Freddie Quotes has got some good stuff. I'm telling you. So cool. All right, guys.
All right, Bree,
Markable.
thanks. Thank you.
Thanks, Bree.
Oh,
It was a
thank you
pleasure.
so much.
Thanks, Bree. We'll
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
you.
Thanks for coming.
don't get wrecked. Just
It's
buy
midnight.
some
It's
Hex.
midnight right now.
Oh, sleep well.
Yes. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna
Don't get it.
That's it. Outro.
All right. Later, guys.
Outro.
See you guys.
Peace.
Outro.